Good morning. This is your wake up alarm. 3, 2, 1.
This is Ace and TJ 5G.
Hello. Testing. 1, 2, 3.
Ace. TJ. Riggins. Alexis. Tech D-Rob.
Every day.
This is the Ace and TJ Show.
Hello, world.
What's up, everybody?
How's it? So Alexis is back today. She said she was sick yesterday. She ate some bad food or something disagreed with her or something like that. I didn't realize that you ate food from a shot glass.
Liquor doesn't do anything to me. Y'all have seen me drink and come to work the next day.
It's true. Yeah.
And cheery-eyed and bushy-tailed.
Yeah. She doing shots on Instagram the next day. Oh, I ate something bad.
Yeah, I got something bad. Made me feel sick.
I got food poisoning.
I won't ever call out because I'm hungover. I promise you guys that. Never have, never will.
I believe that.
Yeah, I've gone to manage a whole restaurant for 10 hours hungover to the worst degree.
Well, and if you did the whole restaurant,
The whole restaurant.
that's the thing.
Yeah. I was trying to think. I only think one time that I can think of in the long storied history of the Ace and TJ show have I come to work really, really hungover, and that was because right before Angie, the girl, one of the ladies who used to work on the show, right before she left to move to California, she and I went to see Green Day on the American Idiot tour. That's how long ago it was, and she was a drinker, and I think I walked into the studio as the show intro was ending, and my first words were something like "Hey," and I realized like, "Oh man, I need to tone
Still
it down."
drunk.
Oh yeah, and I had people sending me messages like, "You're a terrible example for people and kids." Like, okay, I get it.
Sorry.
Today I am. Yes, we can't all be perfect all the time. I screwed up.
Yeah, I had to manage a restaurant one time. I was so hungover. Every time I would go talk to a table and ask them how everything was, I'd be like, okay, hurry up and tell me because I need to go throw up real quick.
So was that a night shift or the lunch shift?
It was a lunch shift,
Yeah.
like a midday shift.
Because that'd be bad if you're still hungover at night.
Yeah.
You're having to go in and do the dinner shift.
Oh, it's happened though.
Oh, really?
Yeah, being hungover late into the next day.
I don't know that I've ever been sick while we're on the air that I had to like go through and come back or anything. I don't think that I have. Have you, TJ?
No.
Yeah. Oh.
No, I haven't either. Thank
yes,
you.
you have.
That's a lie.
Live at Appalachian State University.
Oh, come on.
But
college.
Yeah, that's right. It was a different day that time. Yeah.
It's college.
Yeah, we did a live show one time from Appalachian State University in Riggins. Well, it wasn't just you. Did you stay out with all the?
I don't remember. I mean,
Yeah, he went out with Gwen and me.
That's right.
I think it was the altitude, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it was.
It must be the altitude.
At Appalachian State University with an F.
Yeah, exactly.
Rob liked that one in there.
I knew he would. I knew he would.
I don't know how many people got that, but a lot of them did. They're laughing.
Now trending on the Ace and TJ Show.
Oh, I know people are excited about this. Channing Tatum is planning a remake of Ghost.
Yes.
I mean, they said, when is Channing Tatum, one of our greatest actors, when is he going to reprise the role made famous by Patrick Swayze?
But he said it's going to be a little different, right? He said they feel like they need to update it and make some changes.
It's going to be different.
I don't know what that means, but
different
okay.
as in it sucks now.
Do you know that movie at all, Alexis Ghost?
I like know about it because people talk about
Yeah.
it. I've never watched it.
It's a good movie. Patrick Swayze, Demi Moore, Whoopi Goldberg. It's really good.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out, though, what about the original movie needs to be wokeified, because that's why people remake things now. It's just so they can make it woke and politically correct for the times.
Yeah.
Because Whoopi was in it and nobody was racist against her in the movie. Mm-hmm. But Channing Tatum is going to play the lead role, so he's still a white, straight guy.
He plays Patrick Swayze.
So maybe he'll have a Filipino husband.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Or something.
That white devil.
But I don't
Maybe
know.
the ghost comes after him and kills him, in the name of ghostness.
And I'm not one that says you shouldn't remake things, but has anybody done any of these remakes? Have any of them been better than or even close to as good as the original?
None that I can think of.
Nothing pops into my mind. And I'm not opposed to it. It's just like it seems like in the effort to make some change, it always kind of takes away from the story or something. I don't know. I can't think of one though that they've done the remake and you go, oh, that was every bit as good as the original or better.
I like the new Texas, not the newer Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but the new one with Jessica Alba in it rather than the old one.
Okay, I have heard from other people that the new, and I haven't seen those, but I have heard. I think Amanda was telling me the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre is every bit as good as the original.
Yeah.
Okay.
If they're not sci-fi, comic book, or futuristic things, Hollywood's out of ideas. Yeah. And even with those, I mean, I don't know about this new Batista movie. It looks really creepy where they're in the knock at the cabin or whatever it is. That actually looks too weird to keep up with for me, like to be able to figure out the plot and all. So those kinds of movies come out, but again, they're not realistic type, just storylines. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And he looks like he doesn't have a neck in that. And have you seen the trailers for that? And it shows a shot of the back of his head, like the camera is coming over the top of his head, and his head, the skin on his head is wrinkled up, and it looks like an exposed brain.
Yeah.
Ew.
I think a lot of times, TJ, for those of us who are built that way, that's what happens.
Built what way?
Like
Ooh.
Like a cabin?
That guy came in our studio one time when he was with the WWE, Dave Batista, and kid you not to get a sidetrack, but kid you not, studio door opens and he walks in and he had to turn sideways to get through the door. He's that big.
Because his arms are so huge.
His shoulders.
Oh my God.
His body, and he's like 6'6", and probably weighs 300 pounds with 4%, 3% body fat. It's insane. Insane.
And 0% personality.
He didn't have any personality.
It's all in the muscles.
That's why we had that's why they sent Ric Flair with him, because he had all the personality that day.
Goodness.
I'm sorry, Reeves. What else is trending?
That was back when we were really hitting hard.
Yeah.
2 wrestlers in the studio.
wrestlers.
Hell yeah.
You boy,
Welcome.
I was on cloud 9 that day.
Oh my gosh. I wish we had the tapes of that.
Mr. Flair.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you, each and every one of y'all.
That was me.
Today's National Peking Duck Day, which is the national dish of China. So we have a national day for a national dish of China. Not sure how that worked out, but
Well, we have Taco Day and
True.
Burrito Day and
sure this one just seems
Spaghetti Day.
seems more.
Communist.
Yeah, I wasn't
Yeah.
gonna say that word, but yeah, salacious. I don't eat
like-
Peking duck.
I like Peking duck. It's good.
I don't like the way it looks.
I don't think I've ever had it.
It's the one that's hanging from the windows.
Yeah,
and
don't-
oh, you've never had it?
I don't think I've ever had it.
I'm not eating.
I like duck à l'orange. I like duck confit.
Oh, I like duck confit.
And I like a duck breast with a jalapeno stuffed in it, wrapped in bacon, and put on the grill.
Oh my god.
Whatever you would call that.
Riggins, the restaurant you and I both worked at had Peking duck on
That's
the
true.
menu.
And now you can find duck in like you can find duck in a lot of menus. It's just not my thing.
Yeah.
I'm just not into duck.
It has a very distinct flavor, like a little gamey, tiny
It's
bit.
dark. It's the dark meat,
Yeah.
usually. And I also like duck eggs better than chicken eggs.
Really?
Yeah,
Are they-
because I like a yolk, and the yolk is really thick and rich on a duck egg.
Might have to switch over. Are they cheaper than chicken eggs right
I
now?
don't know. I haven't been. I don't see them in the stores. You
Yeah.
probably have to go to a specialty store to get them. I used to get them from there was a guy in my hometown that sold them.
Really?
They were really good. Yeah.
And then pour one out for Sister Andre, the world's oldest person, died on Tuesday at the age of 118 years old. 118 years old in the southern city of Toulon, which is in France. So she was the reigning oldest person in the world after somebody else died at 119 in April of last year. She's not the oldest person ever, though. That was a 122-year-old, I believe, died a couple years ago. So she was a nun.
How did she die?
Car crash. Old age, I think.
Just
And
sued.
Yeah, 118 years old, born in like 1875 or
That's
something like that.
nuts.
Helped kids through World
Yeah.
War II. But she was a nun, and every nun you've ever met is about 118 years old. So this is not surprising to me. But they do everything you're supposed to do. They eat right, they exercise, they pray, they help others.
Do nuns wear their outfit when they're working out? Do they have to wear their cover?
A version of it.
Really?
A version of
That's
it, yeah.
so crazy.
But so we had a nun that never wore they call it the habit.
The habit.
And yeah, she was also like 100. She was our librarian for a long time. Real nice lady. But yeah, it depends on like what order you're in. Like Mother Teresa was in, she always had the habit. You never saw her without the habit.
Right.
But yeah, she did all the right things.
And why are some of them light blue and some of them black?
Yeah, because they're in different orders. Like there's the Sisters of Mercy, and then the Sisters of I don't know. There's like 1,000 of them.
Yeah.
And some of them are awful. No, I'm just kidding. No, they're all great.
It seems like that from all the stories on TV and what you've talked about, Riggins, when you were in your elementary years in Catholic school, that they just take the mean nuns and make them the teachers.
Yeah, that's basically it. Yeah, they don't play around. And that's really all you ever see on TV, other than Mother Teresa, who was like, the softest, wonderful person. But that's all you ever see on TV is the mean ones. And there are plenty of mean ones. They don't have any tolerance for your shenanigans.
Cracking knuckles and stuff.
Absolutely. Absolutely. But yeah, pour one out for a Sister Andre today, 118 years old. And those are a few things that are now trending.
Since 1997, one question has been on the minds of everyone. Everyone has heard or been around or been asked this question or been a part of a discussion of this one particular question. It is extremely important to our pop culture and our world today. And we will have an answer to that question next.
The Ace and TJ Show. This is Ace TJ TV. The Ace and TJ Show will be right back.
Hey, if you missed TJ and Jody's house this week, you missed something great. Well, tell them, Jody,
Tell 'em what?
where to watch it.
Dang, Ace TJ TV.
And now, a flashback from the Ace and TJ Dailies.
So, we said, who is saving? You're saving money right now to fix a mistake that you made. Here's one. It says, I got hit with a baseball bat to my upper stomach when I was young. It left a permanent mark that looks like a hickey. So, yeah.
That's
I don't know how you get, I don't know the procedure to get that fixed. We got a couple like this. I'm currently saving to pay my attorney to fix the mistake I made of getting married. Divorce is expensive. And you know why, Alexis?
Why?
Because it's worth it.
Okay.
That's the old joke. People say, "Why? You know why divorce is so expensive? Because it's worth it." said it's worth it. I tell you what, man alive.
Nice.
Let's see. Some of these we can't read because they're nasty. They're nasty on the radio.
There's an interesting one. There's a lady, I'm sorry, Alyssa on the front page that says, I jumped into a natural water quarry with my new Apple Watch and came up. And there was no new Apple Watch. Now saving for a new watch.
She lost it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just fell off her arm. It's gone.
Yeah, my son just got finished saving for new AirPods because he left his in his truck at school, and his truck got broken into, and they stole them out of it. It's the only thing he had worth anything in the truck. What? And they stole them. So he just bought his new ones he's been saving up for.
That sucks because, it wasn't really his mistake, I guess. I mean, kind of, but not really.
No, but,
Now you got to consider you leave your AirPods in your truck. That's pretty safe,
But it's his mistake for going to college.
Exactly.
Being stupid and going to college.
What an idiot going to college.
That's socialism at work right there.
Yep.
Hey,
Marxism.
Marxism, maybe.
Yeah. No, not maybe. It is.
Spread it around.
Yep.
Those should be my AirPods.
Why
Give me
do you
one
have
of them.
them?
Give me at least one of them.
You're right. College sucks.
I've been telling everybody.
There's
I've been telling y'all.
on the front page of our Facebook page, Jill says the mistake she's saving to repair that I went to college and got a 4-year degree that I don't use. So student loans.
See? Mm-hmm. Proving the point.
She's pretty.
Want a student
Oh, she's
bones.
But as TJ Alexis has pointed out, as long as I've known him, that I went to college and have a 4-year degree from LSU, and he did not graduate from college, but we make exactly the same money. So where's that getting me?
Right.
Not getting me anywhere.
I feel you, dog.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay, cat.
Riggins, were you commenting on the attractiveness of
Yeah, I just happened to look at that one.
Little Miss 4-year degree. Is that who it was?
Degree.
I thought I heard that kind of under your breath. Oh, she's attractive.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, good for her. On all accounts. So she'll be just fine.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
Meaning because she's attractive?
Yeah,
She's
she'll
going
be
to work
fine.
out for her
She'll
no matter
be
what?
fine.
And that's the way it should be.
Just like my brother told my daughter when she was going off to college. He said, don't worry about anything. Don't let it stress you out because you're pretty and you'll end up, finding some guy that'll marry you who's got plenty of money and he's successful. So, don't worry so much about the ins and outs of the grades and the day-to-day stuff. Just,
Don't stress over doing good in college. Just meet a boy.
Yeah,
Find
you meet
a rich man.
you meet a good-looking boy whose family has a lot of money, and he's going to be successful. So makes it that much easier.
Exactly.
Necessary to pull up her picture here in the studio, Riggins?
Yes.
Yeah, she is pretty.
I just looked up and I was like, why
That's a
is Riggins
headshot.
pulling up this lady's picture in the studio?
Where did he get a headshot? Is that from her Instagram?
Yeah, she does, I guess, like photography, maybe. I'm not really sure. Looks like she does a lot of makeup, professional makeup and hair and stuff, but she is, beautiful.
All right, so you that's not one of her models or something.
No, it's her profile picture.
Yeah, that's a profile picture.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Oh, Jill. Jill, yes, I will.
For all things Ace and TJ, subscribe to the Ace and TJ YouTube channel.
If you want to sleep better and lose weight, then the product that you need is called Calitrin, or you can pronounce it Calitrin. Very easy for you to get. Just go to acetj.com/weight loss. acetj.com/weight loss for Calitrin.
Now, better ingredients, better pizza means that each bite of every Papa John's slice just keeps getting better. From that first bite you have to blow on, to that second bite of crispy, crunchy toppings, to that string of gooey, melty cheese. And just when you're thinking this cannot get any better, you get to the crust and you realize it's not just any crust. Oh no, it's epic stuffed crust that's hand-stuffed with cheese. Better ingredients, better pizza, even better when it's stuffed.
The Ace and TJ Show will be back in less than 2 minutes.
Riggins, it's the week that was pop culture, the week that was the Ace and TJ Show, as Riggins reviews it all for us with the week.
Go, Riggins, go. Yay!
Wow.
Riggins!
Halloween happens on Monday, filled with demons, blood, and spikes. If you want to see something scary, just look at Ace's TikTok likes. Am I right?
What do you mean?
Huh?
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
A lot of
What?
people like our TikTok.
Yeah.
We have millions of them. What's your point?
Yeah, no.
Millions.
You mean people that...
I'm talking about the things you like on TikTok.
Oh.
Yeah.
They're not scary.
You hear it? Now see it. Watch Riggins' facial reactions, Alexis's banter with TJ, Ace's pearly white complexion in all its glory. On your phone, on your smart TV, this is Ace TJ TV.
Hey, don't just listen to the Ace and TJ show. You can see it on YouTube, our YouTube channel, Ace TJ TV. Up and running live every morning, Mr. Todd at the controls. So you can watch the entire show live or catch it later in the day, whatever, on YouTube. Like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Ace TJ TV. There is a question that has plagued society. Maybe the most discussed topic around the globe since 1997. There's an answer. I'll give you the details on how they're going to get that answer coming up in a second. But I saw this online. This lady's gone viral. Has anybody else seen Panera Karen?
No.
All right. This lady calls herself Panera Karen. And here's the story. A Panera drive-thru worker refused to take her order because at the drive-thru, her little girl was screaming in the background. That exchange already happened by the time she started filming. She calls herself Panera Karen, and the follow-up part of which is included here. Who's right? Who's wrong? Just out of curiosity with this.
You are going to refuse to take my order because my child was screaming?
Yes, I have the right to do that. If you're more than welcome to come inside, or you can place an order online and we'll make it for you.
And what is... All right, well, I do have this on video, and I will be emailing corporate because that's just, like, completely rude. I cannot come inside because my daughter does not have shoes on. Do you understand that?
No, man, I understand, but you're also more than welcome to order online as well.
So you want me to take an extra 20 minutes and order online? That's not convenient to me. So I'd like you to take my order, please.
Okay, I will be happy to take your order as long as your daughter doesn't scream, all right?
I think that's a pretty good decision on your part.
Okay, I don't need this attitude.
Hey guys, Panera Karen. Just wanted to tell you that I will be meeting with the area manager tomorrow at Panera. I think I might go live. We'll see. But let's just say that he doesn't agree with the majority of the comments.
Is it possible that I can listen to a video and not like either one of them? I don't like either one of them in that video.
But why could he not hear her because of her child screaming, or he was just on his nerves? He didn't want to hear the child screaming.
To my knowledge, there's no explanation given as to. I'm sorry, ma'am. I can't hear you. If you can make your child quiet down, I cannot hear you. He doesn't seem to have been that kind to her in the process. But I just don't like her either.
Well, especially saying, "Oh, I'm going to go live." Like, no, if you're going to handle it with someone, handle it, and like that's it. You don't need to post it for the entire internet to see.
The manager has said, "Come back and talk to the manager." But I think I'm going to go live in the meeting with the manager. No, you go in and handle your business and get out of there. First, make your kid be quiet. You can't get your child. Hey, I need you to be quiet for 10 seconds. I'm going to give you something to scream about while I place this order. You know what I mean?
You can't take kids nowhere.
Yeah, if I'm the owner of that business, I'm completely taking her side. If I own that business, because the guy should have handled it a different way. Yeah, she's not a person that you'd want to chum it up with because she doesn't seem like she's a likable sort. But that doesn't have anything to do with the fact that you got a business going, and how many times do people have to deal with customers they don't like or that are rude or things like that?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't like either one of those people in that. But who's right, who's wrong? If you had to pick one.
I'm going to say that the mom's right because it's customer service. Customer's always right.
I would have to agree.
Yeah. How do you just decide, oh, your kid's screaming, so I'm not going to take your order?
Right.
So, but we didn't hear any of that part and all that. So I'm thinking that usually when it's this sort of a thing, one against the other, I have to stop and figure what the woman did to cause the strife.
What do you mean? Why would you pick? Why would the woman be the one causing the strife?
I flip a coin, and that's where it always lands, in a two-headed coin.
Okay, I didn't realize that. TJ,
because I'm just trying to pick at the ladies.
So
I'm just joshing.
Here's the question we're about to have answered. Since 1997, the world has wondered: could Jack have fit on that door? Couldn't she have made room for Jack on that door in Titanic? Why couldn't Rose have scooted over a little bit and let Jack get on that door and live?
Rose was big. That's what I always thought.
Rose was big.
Yeah. She was thicker than a Snicker.
Well,
thicker than a bowl of oatmeal.
I know they're setting this up for a TV show to get people to watch, but I think it's kind of fun. James Cameron has come out and said, first off, y'all have been wrong this whole time. It's not a door. So it's not a full-size door. So everybody who's ever said, hey, we've tested it in our pool or whatever, it's not a door. It's a piece of wood paneling from the first-class cabin. That is not the size of a door. And now they're doing a special Titanic 25 years later, Sunday, February 5th. It's going to be on the National Geographic Channel. And they have devised forensic tests that will prove whether or not Jack could have fit on the door with Rose.
Stop. That's going to be on National Geographic.
And they're going to settle it once and for all.
Something didn't happen.
Well, for continuity.
Oh, God.
Yeah. I just thought, I think it's a kind of fun idea because there are people talking about that forever. And anytime you see that movie, somebody's like, you know, he didn't have to die.
Yeah, it does seem weird that it's on National Geographic.
Right, because it's not real.
Well, but
then again, you know,
they're doing forensic testing though.
Yeah.
They're gonna have the MythBusters involved.
Oh my God.
Are they going to get eaten by a megalodon?
Exactly.
No. So, make a note. February 5th, Sunday, February 5th.
Oh, the megalodon was a Discovery Channel thing. It's the same thing. They're all owned by the same people.
Yeah. We will finally answer the question on Sunday, February 5th. Could Jack have lived?
This is the Ace and TJ Show.
Revenge. It's very important to a lot of people when a relationship ends. I was sent a video yesterday that I think is spectacular. It's the type of revenge that doesn't hurt anyone, but man, is it annoying. And if you're not involved in it, it's really funny. Next.
The Ace and TJ Show. The Ace and TJ Show will be back in less than 3 minutes.
Ace TJ 5G presents Today in History.
Hey, it's Ace, and today in history, a young man lived out a childhood dream. It wasn't even a dream when he was a child. That's how unbelievable it would have been. And many of you were there to see it. Details next.
Who is advertising with the Ace and TJ Show?
Here at Sweet Dreams, we love to kick back and listen to our favorite podcast, TJ and Jody's House, and hear them mention all the time the awesome furniture they got from us at Sweet Dreams. And just today, we actually had a customer come and buy a whole house full of furniture because they heard us on TJ and Jody's House.
The Ace and TJ Show is radio, podcasts, video, social media, streaming, live appearances, and more. Get your company on before it's too late. Ace TJ at acetj.com or acetjmedia.com.
Temperature regulation.
Pressure relief.
Built to last.
Better value.
It's mattress shopping that's all about you.
Lake Norman Chill mattresses are twice as nice for half the price. Only at Sweet Dreams Mattress and Furniture.
It's uncut and uncensored. It's the Ace and TJ Share Funny podcast, live every day on the Ace and TJ app at 9 Eastern or on YouTube. Just search for Ace TJ TV on YouTube or wherever you download podcasts daily. It's Share Funny, sponsored by The Closet Niche.
Ace TJ 5G presents Today in History.
So this could be construed as a rather self-serving edition of Today in History, but it's a very special day because it was 17 years ago today that my band, Charity Case, opened for Bon Jovi at Time Warner Cable Arena in Charlotte. I know, that's today in history. There's so many more important things, but hey, it's a very special day in my life. Over 15,000, sold out, a band that raised over $1.4 million for Ace and TJ's Green Kids charity over the course of 20 years. We didn't make any money that night, but rest assured we were the kings of the world. That's today in history.
You're watching morning radio. Welcome to the Ace and TJ Show on Ace TJ TV. Just you and us. This is Ace TJ 5G.
Hey, look, people understand. And if they don't understand, it means that they haven't been there and they can't put themselves in your position. But it is hard to lose weight. When you make that decision to lose weight, you're making that lifestyle change. It's hard to make that change and take that step. And if you've done that and you're trying to lose weight, trying to be more confident, be healthier and all, you need Calitrin to help you with that. You see, Calitrin is the highest quality of collagen protein that promotes fat loss and lean muscle. And it's scientifically proven to help you lose weight, and that's all without any type of drugs or uppers that are going to make your heart race and things like that. And if you order Calitrin now and you buy 4 months, you're going to get 4 months free. Plus, they're going to throw in that acai detox cleanse free, so you don't want to miss out on that. And you need to get a little assistance with your weight loss so you can get that step underneath you and you can start feeling your best again. Go to acetj.com/weight loss. acetj.com/weight loss for Calitrin.
TJ always talks about things that people need to let go of, jokes that are just burnout, that aren't funny anymore, comments that people make. And it's always I always find them interesting. But here's one that he said before that I think most people feel should stop. Remember when MTV played actual music? We're long past that. Long past it. But I did find this interesting. Loudwire put together a list of the best MTV shows that were all about music. They're in no particular order. But for example, they didn't rank them. They just put together the 11 best MTV shows that were all about the music. Some highlights that everybody would know, or most people would know, depending upon your age, which is important in this. MTV Unplugged, which actually began in 1989 and still happens to this day. So they still do that from time to time. Total Request Live. I mean, you want to put a timestamp on a generation. TRL, it lasted from 98 to 2008, but what?
Yeah, I remember going home from school, not being able to wait to see TRO. It was very exciting.
It was thousands of people in Times Square every day.
I tried watching that, and maybe because I was already a little bit older than the demographic there, which I could deal with. It's just that the host of that show was just so zany and silly and bouncing off the walls, and
over the top.
He had a lot of personality, just a little bit too much. That Carson Daly fellow, I thought they were going to bring in the defibrillators on him at any time.
This one may be before y'all's time. Yo MTV Raps.
Yeah, I remember
was
it, but
staple when I was in college.
Raps?
Yo MTV Raps.
Yeah,
Dr. Dre and Ed Lover, but not the Dr. Dre that you know now from NWA fame and all that. It was a different Dr. Dre. But started in 88 and ran to 1995. Then the one that was the show, Headbangers Ball, ran from 87 to 95. Then it was revived again. A couple of different hosts, but people most know Ricky Rackman as the host of MTV's Headbangers Ball, which was huge.
Yeah, middle name Nice. A lot of people don't know that.
Nice Rackman.
Just you and us. This is Ace TJ 5G. Thanks for watching Ace TJ TV. Please make sure you like and subscribe. We'll be right back. And now, a flashback from the Ace and TJ Dailies.
We've talked about Rob, had a whole big deal several weeks ago about how he doesn't like to talk to people outside of this room, including 9-year-old children who come to his, try to get into the gate at his house to go up to the door to sell him lemonade. He watched them on his doorbell camera until they went away, but not until they cussed him and said he sucks and got quite hostile.
He sucks.
All the while, he was in there cowering in fear, wanting them to go away. Just go away. Just go away. So, Rob, what happened yesterday?
So yesterday I had my doctor's appointments I told you about, but before then I had time to go home and do some work and sit around with the dog, and of course took my pants off, laying on the couch. While I was there, I got a Ring notification that someone was at the driveway. I checked it. There was a van out there. Then I got the notification that somebody's at the front door, which is another step in. That's where you can see him on the front porch. And this person locked themselves into said porch. So they closed the door behind them. And to be fair, they were an Amazon driver. And he took a picture and could not figure out how to get out of the porch.
So did you buzz him in, or he?
No, it's just a latch on a fence.
Yeah,
and it opens on one side, and it's a little bit more difficult to open on the inside. I get it, but he could not figure it out. He was stuck, and I just had happened to check the notification to see what was going on, and I saw panic in his eyes, just absolute panic, and he could not figure it out at all. So he then decided to climb the fence, scaled it.
Oh no!
And so you never thought about going out and helping him get out of the yard?
I wouldn't have been able to get out there in time because his panic was quick, and he was like, "I gotta get out of here."
So because you weren't wearing pants, you wouldn't have been able to get up off the couch, put on pants, and go outside and say, "Let me help you, buddy. Unlock the gate for you."
I just didn't have time. I had to go find the pants because they weren't right beside me.
Or is it because you were not gonna go outside? And
by the time I had seen that he had gone over the fence, I was in the kitchen about to go out there. I was close, so close.
You had put your pants back on?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I didn't buckle the belt, just put pants on.
Yeah, that's always great. A man comes to the door with his belt clanging. Clang, clang, clang. And so we have you pulled the audio of what he sounded like?
Yeah, he didn't say much, but he did have one phrase that he said as soon as he made the realization.
Okay.
Let's see if we can hear it.
I think I locked myself in the gate.
Himself in the gate.
Yeah.
I think I locked myself in the gate.
I think I locked myself in the gate.
And there's a picture of it right now up on the YouTube feed if you're watching. I sent the picture to Todd.
Where he's jumping back over the wall.
He's jumping over the fence.
Yeah.
That is hysterical.
I was like, what's he doing? Oh, what?
Poor guy.
Yeah, because I mean he's on a time crunch.
Yeah.
He's trying to get his work done.
He's got to get his work done, man.
He doesn't know if there's a dog around the corner gonna come eat him up.
I mean, he was so calm for most of the time. He even noticed that he didn't close the gate completely. And he was like, okay, that's cool. I mean, that he did close the gate, and he's like, oh, okay, that's cool. He took his picture, turned around, and you just see like a moment of freeze.
Mm-hmm.
And he just goes, oh, no.
Man.
Oh, no.
And so when it comes down to it, though, you were far less terrified of what happened yesterday than when the 9-year-olds were trying to sell you the lemonade.
Very much so.
Those evil kids.
Amazon makes their way to my house many days. So I was prepared. I wasn't prepared to assist, but...
Wow. I mean, everyday heroes living among us
right.
is what Rob is.
I mean, and then the dog barked after that, so it was a real hassle for me.
Oh, now the dog barking.
Wow.
Maybe the pants should be within eyesight, you know?
You would think.
Or maybe have like comfy shorts that you can just like,
But I don't want to put them on. I don't even want any shorts on. I don't want to go outside.
This is the Ace and TJ Show live on acetj.com.
This is not a good thing. We're going to play something for you. A guy is seeking or has sought revenge on his significant other after a breakup. And we are not in any way, shape, or form saying this is okay. But he's going viral for the day today. He's in California.
Well, don't speak for me yet.
Okay. A man in California ran a dump truck into his own house when his future ex-wife filed a restraining order against him and started the divorce process. Here's one of the crashes with the neighbors reacting, and then the lady talking about her husband's destructive behavior.
What is he doing? A man that's under that kind of rage, who's to say what he might do? He was trying to kill me. He really was.
So he takes his dump truck, rams into the car, and pushes the car through the front wall of the house. His name is Ronald Dunn. He has not been apprehended by police yet.
Wow. And it's so shocking because he's got such a beautiful singing voice. My Marie.
Ronald Dunn. Ronnie Dunn.
I love you.
So that's not okay. Plus, now he's let this whole thing make his life even worse because he's created all these problems. He backed into neighbors' cars and he's destroyed several cars in his house. And now he's got he let this screw up make it even worse.
But he ran his Impala into the house first. Then he went and got a dump truck and came back and did the dump truck thing. And then he came back with with the Impala to do it again. And I don't think they've caught him yet.
So he had time to think about this and how dumb of a decision it could be. And he still came back.
He had time. Yeah, he had time to decide. Hang on a minute. This was great when I hit the house with the Impala. Let me go get my dump truck. Drive to get the dump truck. And on the drive, at no point did he go, take a deep breath, Ronnie.
Right. Come on, let's think about this, dude.
Yeah.
So that's not okay. But that's his way of getting revenge. Now, what I find interesting is I saw this story yesterday, and then last night a buddy of mine, my friend Bird, who lives in Louisiana, sent me this thing that he found online. I don't know if this is current or not. It's from England, but it, to me, is one of the greatest examples of petty revenge you've ever heard.
Mother has been forced to block dozens of calls after her ex-partner allegedly took her phone number and plastered it on poles here around the CBD, telling people to call up and impersonate Chewbacca for a chance to win $100.
This would be the most childish breakup I've ever had. All he had to do was be mature and go, I don't love you anymore, I want to move on.
The calls have been waking her and her 3 young children up at odd hours in the evening, and they're yet to stop.
I won $500.
So in the video, they show these pictures. He put it on flyers all over town. Call this number, you could win $100 impersonating Chewbacca. And there are hundreds of flyers. And she has gotten tons of calls. And it's there every time. She just picks it up. And it's, it's just something exactly like...
Now, I'm not a Star Wars fan at all. I don't like all that kind of stuff, but I do love a good Chewbacca impression with the gurgle in the throat. Because I can't do it. I do think a good one is funny. So maybe somebody would do a good enough one that would make it okay, that it would entertain her. Yeah, that was a good one. You can't do that one, can you, Rob?
I can try.
No.
It's not great.
Right, you can't do that one, can you, Rob?
No, I can't.
So here's what we want to know. Okay, you've got one crazy example of revenge, and then one pretty funny example of petty revenge, the Chewbacca thing. What did you do? And you can, if you want to be anonymous, you can DM us. But what was the petty revenge that you were involved in at the end of a relationship? Did you post his information on some type of furry fans website? Did you DM his darkest secret to all of his friends? That probably isn't petty. That would probably be a little bit too much. Why did you look at Alexis when I said that, Rick?
I'm sure she has something like this.
No, I've never done anything like that.
No, you're mature.
I just move on, man.
Right, just keep it moving.
It's over. Don't waste any more time. Don't let that occupy any more of your time. But a lot of people don't do it that way. What do you have? At the Ace TJ Show. You can DM us if you want to be anonymous. We'll get to your answers next.
The Ace and TJ Show. The Ace and TJ Show will be back in less than 3 minutes.
Welcome to the Share Funny Podcast, now live on YouTube.
I just know
times is still hard back there.
I know.
You've been cityfied for a long time.
Those guys in Pineville were not ready for him.
Oh, hell no. He knew he's going to make something of himself. What he made is a damn fashion plate. out of himself. Fountain of youth. That's what he done come to the big city and got into.
That's right.
They'd be like, here we are, just getting older and older, and the further our sag, the younger old David gets. Hell, when I go to the beach now, you look at my footprints and the trail behind me, looks like I got a rope dangling from my neck, dragging the ground. Them's my balls.
Temperature regulation.
Pressure relief.
Built to last.
Better value.
It's mattress shopping that's all about you.
Lake Norman Chill mattresses are twice as nice for half the price. Only at Sweet Dreams Mattress and Furniture.
It's uncut and uncensored. It's the Ace and TJ Share Funny podcast, live every day on the Ace and TJ app at 9 Eastern or on YouTube. Just search for Ace TJ TV on YouTube or wherever you download podcasts daily. It's Share Funny, sponsored by The Closet Niche.
Hey, it's Ace. This is my wife, Amanda. Behind us, that's our living room, where every Thursday night on the show Facebook page, we do live from the living room. But this week it's different because we're not going to be on the show Facebook page. We're moving live from the living room to this YouTube channel. The YouTube channel you're watching right now. Just like you're watching now, you can watch us Thursday night because we've got a very special reason to be moving it.
We are going to be live from my parents' living room in Salisbury with my brother and Ace's son, Cade. And we're going to be doing our gender reveal to share with you guys. So we will already know, but our family and you guys are going to find out at the same time live from YouTube.
Yeah, so it's going to be live on this YouTube channel Thursday night, 7 o'clock. So live from Amanda's parents' living room with the big gender reveal this Thursday night. So we hope you'll join us Thursday night, live from the living room, 7 o'clock, right here on the Ace TJ TV YouTube channel.
You're watching Morning Radio. Welcome to the Ace and TJ Show on Ace TV.
Yeah, if you're a business owner and you are looking at things, we know that it's tough for business owners, small business owners who are especially having to deal with this economy and everything, and you're having to do cutbacks and all. But you think you don't have money for branding and advertising and stuff, then you need to check out what we have to offer at Ace TJ Media. Okay, so your advertising budget had to be cut because of the way the economy is right now, but there's probably still room for us in there, so you can get all your branding and marketing and stuff done, whether it's video or audio or digital, whatever, and we will be the ones creating the advertisements for you. So then you'll know it's top notch. It won't be one of those things where you get what you pay for. You're going to get way more than you pay for in this deal. That's right. So if you want to check it out, you want to investigate what all we can do for you, just go to acetjmedia.com. It's acetjmedia.com.
So Jennifer Lopez did an interview with E! News, and she says that back in 2003, at the Video Music Awards, when Britney Spears and Christina Aguilera kissed on stage with Madonna during that Madonna performance where she did Like a Virgin, Jennifer Lopez said that was meant to be her and Britney Spears kissing, not Christina and Britney kissing, which I find extremely difficult to believe. But she said, I was filming a movie in Canada. We had met, me, her, and Britney, to do it at her home. And I just couldn't get off the film, so they got Christina to do it in place of me.
So they actually, she claims, had a meeting. And in all these
At
years,
Madonna's house.
Nobody out there, Britney, Madonna, nobody has ever said anything about that. But why would Jennifer Lopez lie about a meeting at her house? Because they can easily prove or disprove that.
Yeah, and I don't. What made that moment so crazy was because there was Britney and Christina, kind of with Madonna.
Yeah,
sort of the person who set the trend, and then Britney and Christina are the two biggest singers. and they had them kiss amid the rivalry that was going on. So to have Jennifer Lopez
That would make no sense.
It would make no sense.
Yeah.
But right, Ace is right. Why would she lie about that? What's the point of lying about it?
Because I suspect she lied to us about something.
Really?
Yeah, we were supposed to interview her one day, and her management people and all told us that they couldn't find her. She just disappeared. They didn't know where she was in the hotel, wherever they were staying and all that. So we set it up for the next day, and she's like, no, I mean, I don't know what happened. And so something was fishy about that.
Liar.
So the key word to this is petty. Like if you got revenge by finding out that you're able to prove that he was cheating and showing him the photos, and then you were able to get a lot of money out of it, that's not really all that petty. That's kind of just grounds for separation or divorce. But what was your petty revenge? Like the guy we just played the audio of a minute ago who, posted his ex's phone number all over town saying it's a Chewbacca sound-alike contest. You could win $100, and has hundreds of people now leaving Chewbacca impressions on her phone. That's just petty and hilarious. But this lady, Tracy, said, I worked with a physician's assistant who had a horrible demeanor. Hateful, condescending, passive-aggressive, just hate her. She hated the smell of coffee. So I bought and sprayed coffee linen spray on her office rug, her white lab coat, and on her desk chair every morning. So she would always have that fresh coffee smell with her throughout the day.
It's a lot of work she put into that.
In a lot of these cases, it's a lot of work, which makes one like, man, look how much time you spent doing that. Tiffany said, my ex-husband had a gaming addiction. So when we got divorced, I made sure I got the TVs, computers, and gaming consoles. He was so mad, but I walked away satisfied. He also tried to buy it all off of me, but I told him I wasn't interested in selling. LOL.
That's a good one. She didn't put a lot of effort into that. She was just like, you can't have it.
The choice of prepositions always says so much to me about a person's profile. He didn't buy it from her. He bought it off of her. Yeah. He tried to buy it off of me. She's like, that's no nonsense right there.
Keep me anonymous, please. Years ago, I caught my ex-husband going onto online dating sites and trying to hook up with other women. He claimed he just needed someone to talk to. But when he went to work, I used the magnet from the fish tank and rubbed it all over the hard drive on his laptop, which erased it all. And
it's the worst fish tank ever. It's just filled with magnets. Put some fish in there.
And this lady who shall remain nameless just said, I put deer pee in my ex's windshield wiper fluid container.
What would that do other than obviously make your windshield really dirty?
I think that makes it stink. And I mean, every time you spray it, it just hits your windshield. It's deer urine on your windshield that probably smears and then stinks. That's pretty fun, though. I mean, not fun, but that's pretty funny as an option.
A prank.
And where'd she get the deer pee from?
You can buy it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's in all where they sell hunting supplies and stuff.
Interesting.
It's a little bottle though. It's not. It doesn't come in buckets.
What does it do? Why do they sell it?
Because it attracts deer, makes the bucks think that there's a doe around there, and it also masks the scent of human.
Got it. Do they sell any other type of animal pee?
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
What? It's wild.
Look at all you learned today, Alexis.
This is the Ace and TJ Show.
Tom Brady is trending this morning again, second day in a row, as is Giselle, second day in a row, but for different reasons. We'll get into it. Now trending, coming up next.
Ace and TJ. The Ace and TJ Show will be back in less than 3 minutes.
Ace TJ 5G presents Today in History.
Hey, it's Ace, and today in history, a young man lived out a childhood dream. It wasn't even a dream when he was a child. That's how unbelievable it would have been. And many of you were there to see it. Details next.
Who is advertising with the Ace and TJ Show?
We are so excited to be a part of the Ace and TJ family, long time listeners, and delighted to have our business now a part of the family.
The Ace and TJ Show is radio, podcasts, video, social media, streaming, live appearances, and more. Get your company on before it's too late. Ace TJ at acetj.com or acetjmedia.com.
Hello, if you are a business owner, we know what it's like to be in business. From HR to accounting, we know the struggles, and we're here to help you with insurance so we can take one thing off your plate.
Whether you are buying or selling a home, Chambers & Associates Realty team is here to help. Because this is what they do. They are experts, they are experienced, and they know what you need to get through this process easily. Again, whether you're buying or selling, call them 704-439-6232. 704-439-6232, or visit them online at lkncharlottehomes.com. That's lkncharlottehomes.com.
Hyatt-centric South Park always delivers exceptional quality and service during your stay. And right now, when you book your social or business gatherings, you can earn up to 30,000 World of Hyatt bonus points. The Hyatt-centric South Park is a beautifully modern venue for all of your gatherings. Those of us on the Ace and TJ Show absolutely love this place. Beautiful rooms, spectacular dining options, all nestled in the beautiful community of South Park, Charlotte. Book your gathering by calling 980-299-7013.
Ace TJ 5G presents Today in History.
So this could be construed as a rather self-serving edition of Today in History, but it's a very special day because it was 17 years ago today that my band, Charity Case, opened for Bon Jovi at Time Warner Cable Arena in Charlotte. I know, that's today in history. There's so many more important things, but hey, it's a very special day in my life. Over 15,000, sold out, a band that raised over $1.4 million for Ace and TJ's Green Kids charity over the course of 20 years. We didn't make any money that night, but rest assured we were the kings of the world. That's Today in History.
You're watching Morning Radio. Welcome to the Ace and TJ Show on Ace TJ TV.
Let's go boom. Just heard Riggins mention a minute ago, Tom Brady's trending for the second day, Giselle's trending for the second day for different reasons than yesterday. We'll get the details of Now Trending coming up in a couple of minutes. Sponsored by the Johnson Group. Whatever your commercial cleaning needs are, the Johnson Group can handle it because that is all that the Johnson Group does. Commercial cleaning, office building, medical building spaces, doesn't make any difference. Over 15 million square feet every single month that they take care of. They can do it for you as well. in a very efficient, very affordable way. acetj.com/clean. acetj.com/clean to find out more about the Johnson Group.
It seems like there's a big IA investigation going on at a police department in Michigan. That stands for Internal Affairs. IA. Internal Affairs. Because of misconduct by an officer, suspected misconduct. And it's a full-on, pressing of charges and everything if it turns out to be the accusations are true, because one officer stole another one's lunch. I'm telling you, people take your stuff out of the fridge or they eat your lunch whenever you're not looking in a workplace. It's theft.
Over one lunch.
Yeah. The social media of the department says stealing is not only a crime, but it's morally wrong, too. As a police officer, you're required to take an oath, including a promise to protect a person's property. So Officer Barwig is the victim here, who was eating his lunch in the break room, and then they called him away to do something, and when he came back, his lunch had been eaten, the rest of his lunch, by Officer Ice, who is a K-9 officer.
Oh, that's cute.
Because that's what I was thinking. Who would go in and eat someone's lunch who they've already started eating it?
So the police department's having fun with the community on this. And, people are saying online that a lot of the evidence sounds like most of the evidence sounds circumstantial.
That's right. He didn't do it.
I want to see what he looks like.
But Officer Ice was licking his chops, quote unquote, whenever Officer Barwig came back to finish his lunch. Mm-hmm. Yep. I say put him in jail with the people that he's arrested. I hate a dirty cop.
Right.
Oh,
no room for dirty cops.
He's such a good boy. Stop.
Evidently not.
No, he is.
He's an embarrassment to the badge. He is an embarrassment to the badge. Absolutely.
Just you and us. This is Ace TJ 5G.
Yeah, ever since we had that story of the guy named Ronald Dunn that ran his dump truck into, allegedly ran his dump truck into his ex-wife's house, I've been thinking of Ronnie Dunn from Brooks and Dunn. It's not the same person.
No. But it would be crazy if it was. It would be just funny.
Now maybe Brooks would do that. He's from Louisiana, like we are, Ace. That sounds like something a Louisiana person would do. But I can't stop getting out of my head. When the sun goes down on my side of town, that lonesome feeling comes to my door. Love that song. Blue.
Second verse, Alexis.
You see
Go.
him just picture him singing that while he's running the dump truck into the house.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Let's see what's trending.
Now trending on the Ace and TJ Show.
Gisele Bündchen is trending this morning. We'll get to that in just a second. But Antonio Brown is also trending. And if I can make any recommendations today on the Ace and TJ Show, do not look up why Antonio Brown is trending this morning.
Somebody's got to get to Antonio Brown, former great NFL wide receiver, because he has gone off the deep end.
He is active on Snapchat this morning, and
didn't he get banned or got suspended or something?
Oh, I don't know.
Him and Ye need to hang out.
I thought he got put in Snapchat jail or something.
After this, what I've seen, they should ban him for life.
I haven't seen any of it, but I've read descriptions of what he's posting, and it's like, you need to calm down. It's wild.
Chill out, man. Chill out, dude. Madonna announced her tour yesterday, her world tour. She's 64 years old. She's going on a 35-city summer tour beginning in July, wrapping up in December. A lot of dates. She's playing Madison Square Garden, Crypto.com Arena. A lot of big venues.
Well, she's only going to play big venues. I mean, she'll sell them out.
You think
I think she'll,
easy sellout?
I think she'll sell them out.
Yeah. Any interest in seeing Madonna perform?
Not a lick.
I would see her. I mean,
just to say you saw her?
Just to say I saw her, yeah. And, you know, she was so big in the 80s, and my mom used to listen to her. My mom used to dress like her, go to school, like the gloves and everything, yeah.
I mean, she was big past the 80s, too. She was huge.
Well into the 2010s, but she's had a lot of hits. She's had hits in the 2010s.
64
I would
years
want to
old.
see her.
And you know what? She doesn't look a day over 91.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, she's got a look going with the eyebrows that look bleached or shaved off. I'm not really sure what's going on, but her TikToks are pretty wild.
Yeah. I mean, they do so much to their face. I mean, I just don't. I don't see how and these are celebrities with a lot of money, can get any kind of procedure done they want. But then you stop and look at it and go, don't you see in the mirror that you don't look normal? You don't look like a person anymore. You've done so much crap.
Is there a cutoff age for grills?
Yeah. I think so.
You think so?
Yeah. How old are you when you get teeth?
Young.
4. I mean, they're all in there.
Yeah.
You know, I'd say that.
Probably that. She looks great, though. What else? Gisele is trending this morning because she was spotted, as they're calling a sweaty workout session with her trainer, who's been photographed with her, first started getting photographed out with this guy shortly after the divorce was announced from Tom Brady. And this guy's
maybe a
sticking
week.
around.
Yeah.
You know, remember, because I
Wasn't
said, look at her. She had something else on her mind, I think.
Yeah.
And no, he was just walking her to her car. They were at a dinner together. There were a lot of people there. He was walking her to her car.
Yeah.
That's what that was.
Now he's jet setting around with her. Hey, you got to get those workouts in whatever time zone you're in.
Sweaty workout. Like, they're reaching. Come on.
I mean, it is sweaty.
Just leave her alone.
Alexis, you missed it yesterday. They said Tom Brady is better looking for a man than Gisele is for a woman.
No.
Yeah.
No. What did you say?
I said no.
No.
It's a
there's
ridiculous
no way.
statement.
Yeah.
We should make a poll about that.
No, he is.
She's hot. She's gorgeous.
Nobody's saying she's not beautiful.
Yeah, and I love Tom Brady.
Yeah,
I say she's not that. She's beautiful, but she's not. Drop dead. Oh my gosh, she's so hot.
She's stunning.
No,
She's
not.
super mom.
She needs a. She got.
You're
she got
crazy,
bad
dude.
nose.
Oh my
She's got a
god.
bad nose. It's
Yeah,
bad.
Yeah, she got bad nose.
Bad.
That thing bad.
I see there are a lot more women I see daily that I think are much sexier and more attractive than Gisele. I think Gisele's beautiful.
Where do you see a woman that's hotter than Gisele every day?
Oh, like TikTok, Instagram.
No, that's on the internet daily. Like walking around, you see women that are better looking than Gisele.
I didn't say that.
Yeah, you
Oh,
did.
He's not seeing Giselle walking around either.
Yeah.
But he's the one that said, I see him every day. That look better.
I think my wife's better looking and sexier than Giselle.
Well,
I would agree
you
with
can't
that.
pull out that argument because
Okay.
what am I supposed to say to
Yeah, exactly. Anything you say is not the right answer.
I'm just saying. You
Put
asked
him in
me-
a predicament.
That was my answer.
that? All right, other than your wife, who's hotter than
Well,
Giselle?
you've now limited me. You've cut me down on like half the people that I encounter on a daily basis.
You're the one making the argument.
I know, but you can't keep taking my answers away. Well, that one doesn't count.
Well, it's your wife.
Yeah, well, still.
Yeah.
I see.
It doesn't matter to me. Take a poll, whatever. It doesn't matter to me because I know I'm right.
You're
Fair
always
enough.
right.
Yeah. He's always right.
He's always right.
So those are a few things that are now trending.
Everybody's looking up at her nose right now, though.
Her bad nose.
Mm-hmm. Schnoz. Her schnoz.
Stop. Look at these two.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, no, there's no argument.
What? No argument. What? That Tom Brady's Giselle's better looking than Tom Brady.
Yeah, I'm looking at a picture side by side of them two, and there's no way. And listen,
Yeah.
I love Tommy.
Yeah.
He's okay.
I love
He's not
Tommy.
bad looking
I love
as a
Tommy.
guy.
Mhm.
She can stand a few more curves.
Not in that nose. And what about those warts around her eyes? Y'all probably hadn't even noticed that, have you?
I didn't notice that.
Ugh. Giselle Bundchen, run by women. She is woman. Giselle Bundchen, panties Bundchen. I'm no special pleader for Tom Brady either. I'm just saying I can look at it objectively.
Right.
Y'all obviously can't. You're gonna automatically take her side in it, Alexis, because she's Brazilian.
That's not. That doesn't mean anything.
You call everybody of
No, I do not.
of an exotic nature your people.
No, I don't. Only if
So
they
that's
speak
why.
Spanish. So don't even
And
say
then,
that.
then Riggins is just saying it because he doesn't want to upset women. Women, you don't want to upset the women.
Women might agree with you.
Oh, I doubt it.
I don't know.
But again, it doesn't matter whether people agree with me or not. I know I'm right.
Yeah, there you go.
What, Alexis?
Nothing.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought. Nothing. Honey.
Yo, you got it, dude.
Nothing, honey.
You got it, dude.
I know.
You got it, dude.
Is that all of it, Riggins?
That was all of it.
All right. Poor Riggins is scarred now emotionally by something, and he admits that it could last forever, these emotional scars. If not forever, for at least a long, long time. So we're going to get into his psyche and find out what you've got in common with him coming up next.
Ace and TJ. Ace and TJ. The Ace and TJ Show will be back in less than 3 minutes.
Welcome to the Share Funny Podcast. Now live on YouTube.
I just know
Times is still hard back there.
I know.
You've been cityfied for a long time.
Those guys in Pineville were not ready for him.
Oh, hell no. He knew he's going to make something of himself. What he made is a damn fashion plate out of himself. Fountain of youth. That's what he done come to the big city and got into.
That's right.
They'd be like, here we are just getting older and older, and the further our sag, the younger old David gets. Hell, when I go to the beach now, you look at my footprints and the trail behind me, looks like I got a rope dangling from my neck, dragging the ground. Them's my balls.
Temperature regulation.
Pressure relief.
Built to last.
Better value.
It's mattress shopping that's all about you.
Lake Norman Chill mattresses are twice as nice for half the price. Only at Sweet Dreams Mattress and Furniture.
It's uncut and uncensored. It's the Ace and TJ Share Funny podcast, live every day on the Ace and TJ app at 9 Eastern or on YouTube. Just search for Ace TJ TV on YouTube or wherever you download podcasts daily. It's Share Funny, sponsored by The Closet Niche.
Hey, it's Ace. This is my wife, Amanda. Behind us, that's our living room, where every Thursday night on the show Facebook page, we do live from the living room. But this week it's different because we're not going to be on the show Facebook page. We're moving live from the living room to this YouTube channel. The YouTube channel you're watching right now. Just like you're watching now, you can watch us Thursday night because we've got a very special reason to be moving it.
We are going to be live from my parents' living room in Salisbury with my brother and Ace's son, Cade, and we're going to be doing our gender reveal to share with you guys. So we will already know, but our family and you guys are going to find out at the same time, live from YouTube.
Yeah, so it's going to be live on this YouTube channel Thursday night, 7 o'clock. So live from Amanda's parents' living room with the big gender reveal this Thursday night. So we hope you'll join us Thursday night, live from the living room, 7 o'clock, right here on the Ace TJ TV YouTube channel.
Just you and us. This is Ace TJ 5G.
Come on, Regans.
What is it?
O'Connor Insurance.
Oh, I love O'Connor Insurance. Let me tell you how much I love them. They understand the value of money, and they want to help you get the most insurance for it. Whether it's you, your family, your business, O'Connor Insurance. They've been in business for a long time. They will help get you set up easy, no hassle, no stress. Love them. acetj.com/O'Connor.
So we've gotten into this thing again today about Tom Brady and Giselle from the standpoint of looks. And TJ and I believe that Tom Brady is better looking for a man than Giselle is for a woman. Now, I am willing to admit, I think both of them are stunning. I mean, they're both considered very attractive. Would we at least all agree on that?
No.
They're both very. So you don't find her attractive at all,
No,
TJ?
the more I'm looking at,
the
the more that I'm looking at her in these pictures to prove my point, I wouldn't call her stunning. No, I would call her pretty.
But I think she can be stunning when she's fixed up. Yeah, she's attractive.
Let's see.
I think he's better looking for a man than a woman. And I do think there are a lot of women that I've seen that are much sexier, much prettier, better bodies, better smiles, all that you see in regular day-to-day life, I think. You don't believe me, Riggins?
And what are you saying? Every regular, everyday life is on TikTok? Is that what you're saying?
That's
What you're saying everyday life. You don't see people walking down the street.
There are people.
I'll say that.
Yeah,
I'll say this: there are people that follow the show. We have Instagram followers that you see all the time that are to me more attractive than Giselle.
Yeah.
Every time I go out in public, I see somebody that looks better than Giselle.
Every
time? Every time I go out in public where there are a bunch of people around, there will be at least, and not counting my wife, at least one person that I think is better looking, one woman better looking than Giselle.
What a bold statement.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
That's my truth, Riggins.
And you think Giselle is that much better than better looking than Tom Brady is?
Yeah.
Really?
Let's just take Tom on my end of it. Take Tom Brady out of it. I don't think she's that great looking. With or without Tom Brady.
Fair enough.
I could go to Publix over here when they open, the grocery store, and probably find somebody I think is better looking than Giselle working in the fish department.
Oh my God.
In the fish department.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Just you and us. This is Ace TJ 5G. The Ace and TJ Show will be back in less than 3 minutes.
Ace TJ 5G presents Today in History.
Hey, it's Ace, and today in history, a young man lived out a childhood dream. It wasn't even a dream when he was a child. That's how unbelievable it would have been. And many of you were there to see it. Details next.
Who is advertising with the Ace and TJ Show?
We are so excited to be a part of the Ace and TJ family, long time listeners, and delighted to have our business now a part of the family.
The Ace and TJ Show is radio, podcasts, video, social media, streaming, live appearances, and more. Get your company on before it's too late. Ace TJ at acetj.com or acetjmedia.com.
Hello, if you are a business owner, we know what it's like to be in business. From HR to accounting, we know the struggles, and we're here to help you with insurance so we can take one thing off your plate.
Whether you are buying or selling a home, Chambers and Associates Realty team is here to help. Because this is what they do. They are experts, they are experienced, and they know what you need to get through this process easily. Again, whether you're buying or selling, call them 704-439-6232. 704-439-6232, or visit them online at lkncharlottehomes.com. That's lkncharlottehomes.com.
Hyatt Centric South Park always delivers exceptional quality and service during your stay. And right now, when you book your social or business gatherings, you can earn up to 30,000 World of Hyatt bonus points. The Hyatt Centric South Park is a beautifully modern venue for all of your gatherings. Those of us on the Ace and TJ Show absolutely love this place. Beautiful rooms, spectacular dining options, all nestled in the beautiful community of South Park, Charlotte. Book your gathering by calling 980-299-7013.
Ace TJ 5G presents Today in History.
So this could be construed as a rather self-serving edition of Today in History, but it's a very special day because it was 17 years ago today that my band, Charity Case, opened for Bon Jovi at Time Warner Cable Arena in Charlotte. I know, that's Today in History. There's so many more important things, but hey, it's a very special day in my life. Over 15,000, sold out, a band that raised over $1.4 million for Ace and TJ's Green Kids charity over the course of 20 years. We didn't make any money that night, but rest assured we were the kings of the world. That's Today in History.
You're watching Morning Radio. Welcome to the Ace and TJ Show on Ace TJ TV.
On our YouTubes, then you are you're just crazy. You are so crazy. And I've noticed in watching the videos of the show being done, not necessarily the podcast or whatnot, but when we're doing our show now, it's live streaming, and then you can watch it later if you want. I clearly, if somebody didn't know, if they just turned that on and they were familiar with radio, they would say, that guy's a radio guy when they're looking at me because of the way I look down while I'm talking to everybody. I'm reading stuff. I mean, it's like no consciousness at all that there's a camera on me. I'm just sitting here while I'm talking and y'all are talking. I'm reading things and highlighting things, and mostly what you see in the camera is me looking down. From all the years of just talking on the radio and never having to worry about a camera being on me. So I got to work on that. Thank God I've finally got something to be insecure about. But just go to YouTube and find Ace TJ TV and subscribe to that. We would appreciate it. So Riggins, poor little fella, has experienced something that is that's got him messed up. Which Stephen King book was it that you just finished?
Pet Sematary.
Pet Sematary.
Yeah.
And it's so disturbing that you're just going to be messed up for a while.
Yeah, I'm done doing that. That was dumb. I was looking for a book over Christmas. We had a couple days off, so I wanted to rent a book, and I got one from the library, got a copy, and I started reading. Never read a Stephen. I'm not a big reader, but I wanted to try it, and yeah, I started. It was really good, and then halfway through, I'm like, oh my! At one point, I almost threw the Kindle down because I went, oh my God! It was so disturbing. That guy is a psycho. He's got to be a psycho to come up with that kind of stuff.
And so it's disturbed you so much that you had to go get a happy book.
I did. I looked up lighthearted books, New York Times bestseller. Looked at the chart and I found one, and it's not good, but it's light.
What is it?
It's light. It's like about 4 animals, but it's not interesting, but it's not very good.
It's like talking animals?
Kind of.
So is it a kid's book?
No. No. But I read I read A Dog's Journey because I thought that was going to be like lighthearted. It was not.
But the book Pet Sematary messed you up. That it's still disturbing to you now?
Yeah, if I think about it. Yeah.
Stephen King was also there wouldn't have been a movie called Stand By Me or Shawshank Redemption without Stephen King. He wrote those. It was all him.
Yeah, that's true.
Because he had a book of short stories that I don't think they were horror stories, and both of those movies were inspired by those short stories. 2 of the short stories in that book.
I almost felt like Jody because I was like, "How do you think of this stuff?" Like I just like, "What is wrong with you?" But it was so unsettling.
Oh, I want to read one now.
Oh, I don't recommend it.
I do. I like creepy things.
I know people like it. It's not for me.
There are a lot of people who are like that, who've gone through something that hit them so hard, and they're like, I'm still messed up from that. My wife, speaking of my wife, will say when her mom made her eat peas when she was a kid, she said, I'm still messed up from that. I hate peas. Hated them then. She made me eat them and thought I'd like it. I didn't like it. Still don't like them. Hate them. Can't even stand the sight of them. So she's still messed up from her mom forcing her to eat green peas when she was a kid.
I love it. You're messed up from stuff that's really not in the grand scheme of things, just something tiny.
Mm-hmm. So what has happened in your life that you say, I'm still messed up from that? Not, if you had an awful childhood or you've been abused or anything like that.
Yeah, not a
but
death
something like Riggins' deal where he's still messed up from reading Pet Sematary.
Yeah. You got rear-ended in the line at Sonic, and you decide I'm never going back to a Sonic again.
Right. Yeah. Or let's say you were 6 years old, and your parents took you into the movie The Exorcist.
Oh God.
And you're still messed up from that.
Yeah.
I believe that. I believe that.
Right. Parents are terrible parents.
That'll leave a scar.
So go to our social medias and send us a DM if you want, or comment on the front pages at the Ace TJ Show. We'll see what we get next.
Now you can hear and see the show anytime. Just click acetj.com or acetj.tv. How you want, when you want. This is the Ace and TJ Show. The Ace and TJ Show will be back in less than 3 minutes.
Ace TJ 5G presents Today in History.
Hey, it's Ace, and today in history, a young man lived out a childhood dream. It wasn't even a dream when he was a child. That's how unbelievable it would have been. And many of you were there to see it. Details next.
Who is advertising with the Ace and TJ Show?
Here at Sweet Dreams, we love to kick back and listen to our favorite podcast, TJ and Jody's House, and hear them mention all the time the awesome furniture they got from us at Sweet Dreams. And just today, we actually had a customer come and buy a whole house full of furniture because they heard us on TJ and Jody's House.
The Ace and TJ Show is radio, podcasts, video, social media, streaming, live appearances, and more. Get your company on before it's too late. Ace TJ at acetj.com or acetjmedia.com.
Temperature regulation.
Pressure relief.
Built to last.
Better value.
It's mattress shopping that's all about you.
Lake Norman Chill mattresses are twice as nice for half the price. Only at Sweet Dreams Mattress and Furniture.
It's uncut and uncensored. It's the Ace and TJ Share Funny podcast, live every day on the Ace and TJ app at 9 Eastern or on YouTube. Just search for Ace TJ TV on YouTube or wherever you download podcasts daily. It's Share Funny, sponsored by The Closet Niche.
Ace TJ 5G presents Today in History.
So this could be construed as a rather self-serving edition of Today in History, but it's a very special day because it was 17 years ago today that my band, Charity Case, opened for Bon Jovi at Time Warner Cable Arena in Charlotte. I know, that's Today in History. There's so many more important things, but hey, it's a very special day in my life. Over 15,000 sold out, a band that raised over $1.4 million for Ace and TJ's Green Kids charity over the course of 20 years. We didn't make any money that night, but rest assured we were the kings of the world. That's Today in History.
You're watching Morning Radio. Welcome to the Ace and TJ Show on Ace TJ TV. Then you can get on the radio. This is Ace TJ 5G.
Let's go boom. I just looked outside and it's just foggy and dark, cold and damp. Yuck. Here's what you do to combat that. Just stay home today. Order some Papa John's right out of the Ace and TJ app. That's how you're listening to the show right now. Click that button in the top left-hand corner. You can order Papa John's. Papa John's, proud sponsor of the Ace and TJ app. So it makes it very easy. You can also go to papajohns.com. They have so many incredible things to choose from at Papa John's. That epic stuffed crust pizza is back right now. That's cheese and pepperoni in the crust of the pizza. So you have the exact pizza you want and then cheese and pepperoni in the actual crust of the pizza. The shakaroni, there's so many different things that they have. There's something there for everyone. All you have to do is go to papajohns.com, or again, you can order right through the Ace and TJ app. It's Papa John's, proud sponsor of the Papa John's Ace and TJ app. That's why it has that name.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
We named it that, and then what other choice did they have?
Right.
Because in the beginning, we named it Papa John's app, Ace and TJ app, and then they're like, well, I guess we have to sponsor it now. Now, all you Hoyman are, so in love with either going to or the thought of going to Nashville for a fun girls' weekend or bachelorette party or any of that kind of stuff. And Nashville is one of those towns, kind of like Charleston, where everybody's like, ooh, I love Nashville. Let's go. And but you got to remember that there are things like this that go on around Nashville because it still is a southern countrified city. There is a man in Nashville who was is accused of driving drunk. And in order to stop driving drunk, he let his 5-year-old son take over the wheel and crash their car into a neighbor's yard. So you can't do that, evidently. Yeah. You can't let a 5-year-old drive the car because you're too drunk. Good news, though, is that the 5-year-old only blew an .06. So
just under the legal limit.
Yeah, so he was cool to be driving. They said that he was driving his wife's car, and he allowed the 5-year-old to drive, and the child jerked the steering wheel to cause the crash. So it's the kid's fault, So now the dad isn't going to end up getting a ticket for something that his kid did.
Got to keep it straight. Got to keep it between the lines, son.
Yeah. I mean, that's all you got to do. Just keep it between the lines.
Keep it between the lines.
They need to have this little boy tested.
Yeah.
Because he's obviously, not hitting on all cylinders up there.
So dad working the pedals, son sitting in his lap, just doing the steering?
It doesn't say. It just says he would have to because a 5-year-old can't reach the pedals and stuff. You were 8 when you did that, Ace, or were you a little older than
I was a little older. I was 10 or 11. I think I was 11.
Yeah. So you were already experienced behind the wheel.
Yeah, my dad didn't say, I didn't realize he was drunk. He was like, bud, you want to drive? And he set the cruise control, and I was kind of sat in his lap a little bit so he could control the brake when we needed to. And drove on the interstate about 50 miles home. It's pretty much a straight shot.
And then there's a quote here that says, the child couldn't reach the pedals and had no sense of where he was. You can barely blame a child for something a drunk man did. No, you don't blame them.
Thanks for watching Ace TJ TV. Please make sure you like and subscribe. We'll be right back. And now, a flashback from the Ace and TJ Dailies.
This is about 1991. I'm not good with the math. I've been in radio for, what is that, 20-something years, 23 years? Yeah. And I look younger now than I did when I started, with a mullet and the whole thing. And I haven't had any work done other than my boobs. I haven't had anything, like Botox or a facelift or anything like that. I just got a breast lift. Well, Ace has a bad temper. And I was doing the Sunday morning board opping thing, running the boards for the Casey Kasem and Rick D's Countdown, or whatever it was, one Sunday morning. And he was scheduled, because he was a part-time disc jockey, and he was scheduled to come in at noon and start his shift for the Sunday afternoon. And he pulled into the parking lot, so this little red Cavalier, Chevy Cavalier, drives up, and this big, long guy with long red hair steps out of it, and he was wearing, I remember, the tightest jeans you can get on a man, I think, at that time. And he was wearing white tennis shoes and a white T-shirt, and he had sunglasses on, and his hair had been blow dried. It was flying in the breeze like there was nothing really weighting it down at all. It's frizzy kind of, where he had overly blown it. And he goes up into the studio, and he's almost late to start. Maybe he was a little late, and I had started his first song for him. And he comes in the studio, slamming the door, and the CD hung up in the machine when he sat down. He was cussing, and it hung up, and he started yelling and hitting the CD player, and he pulled the CD out of it, slung it up against the wall, and he reached and grabbed these emergency, they were called carts. So they were tapes that we could put in and play in case the CD players broke. And he just spun it around, this Lazy Susan that had those things in them, and grabbed Open Arms by Journey, slammed it in the machine, and bam, hit the button to start it, and then turned around and said, hey, I'm sorry, man, I'm Ace. And that's how we met, and I thought, this guy is a complete, Ace something. And that was my first impression of him. Come to find out, he had gotten a speeding ticket on the way to work. We were the only two single guys on the staff, and we hung out one night and became friends. It was like, we didn't go to school together. We always say this, we didn't go to school together, but if we would have, we'd have been best friends. Not so much now. I mean, kind of, best friends are usually best friends for life. You always hear that. But, I mean, he's just all right now.
This is the Ace and TJ Show live on acetj.tv.
So Riggins read the book Pet Cemetery. Just finished it recently, and he is now scared. He's shaking all the time. He's scared that that pet zombies are going to come get him. I don't even know what it's about.
Pet
Cemetery.
It's not that far.
Oh, it's not that big. So what did you do? What happened to you that you could say that still got me messed up? That still has me messed up. And nothing serious, like child abuse or anything like that. Stuff like my mom stood behind the shower when my sister was about 15, scared her so badly that she sat on the floor and cried for 15 minutes. My sister's 36 and still checks behind every shower curtain, including other people's houses. Like if she goes to the bathroom, I guess she goes and looks in there and behind the shower curtain. To me, this is beyond something quirky. Selena says, when I was about 4 or 5, my dad thought he was being funny when he held me over the swinging bridge at Grandfather Mountain. Yes, I am now terrified of heights.
That's horrible.
Yeah, that's messed up.
I mean, I just picture it being Michael Jackson style, where he hung his baby out the window of that hotel, joking around.
Blanket.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God! What if he would? Ugh.
That's terrifying.
I can't.
That's not cool at all.
And this one sounds like I don't get how this was such a bad thing. She said, I'm still messed up from eating an entire can of peaches as a kid. Both my parents worked, so no one was home to stop me, and I ate a can of peaches as a snack after school one day. It made me so sick that 35 years later, I still can't eat peaches or anything peach flavored.
That's pretty funny.
But I didn't know if you ate a whole can of peaches, it would make you sick.
Well, there's a guy on Twitter who says he hasn't had orange soda since his junior year of high school in 2006 because they needed a 2-liter can for a science experiment. He told him, no, don't waste that. Don't throw it out. And he drank the entire 2-liter quickly. And he said it made him sick. And he's never had or won't have had orange soda since. Same concept.
My mom used to love orange juice, but it messed her up when she was pregnant with me because I was late and she was ready to give birth, and they didn't really induce you back then. And so one of those old wives' tales was if you drink orange juice and castor oil, it'll make the baby come. And so she would sit around drinking that and say it was the most disgusting thing. And so now, not that anybody would ever be, I got to take some castor oil now, but she can't stand the flavor of orange juice at all anymore.
Nice job,
I know.
TJ.
Yeah,
It's your fault.
She also told me when I was little that she never had varicose veins until she got pregnant with me. That I caused it.
Your fault.
Yeah, I
again.
caused all kinds of emergency hysterectomy.
Oh, really?
The whole thing. Yeah, this is what you did to me. I was like, okay, well, imagine what I could do now if you don't shut up.
This is the Ace and TJ Show.
Yeah, I could full on kill her now.
Yeah. Watch it, Mom.
Sure could. I have a question about our manager, Adam, who's in town. And I think not only does there need to be an intervention, we need to get together and rectify the problem. You know how they say in those interventions, will you accept this gift? If you don't accept this gift, then I'm going to disown you and all of that. I think it's about time to do that with our manager, Adam. I'll explain it coming up next.
Hear the Ace and TJ Show anytime at acetj.com. And now you can see the Ace and TJ Show. acetj.tv. How you want, when you want. This is the Ace and TJ Show. Want to see your business on Ace TJ TV? Contact us now at acetj@acetj.com. The show will be right back.
Who is advertising with the Ace and TJ Show?
We are so excited to be a part of the Ace and TJ family, long time listeners, and delighted to have our business now a part of the family.
The Ace and TJ Show is radio, podcasts, video, social media, streaming, live appearances, and more. Get your company on before it's too late. AceTJ at acetj.com or acetjmedia.com.
If you have a business and you want to take your advertisements to the next level, then you need to be using Ace TJ Media. You want the most creative content for digital, video, and audio? It's all at Ace TJ Media. Go to acetjmedia.com.
And now, a flashback from the Ace and TJ Dailies.
Okay, hey, so glad to be here today. Y'all have no idea how much being here today means after what I went through yesterday. This is TJ, and I know my absence was greatly felt yesterday on the show by the entire country, nay, the world. I had surgery yesterday, and I got to be honest, as brave as I am, yesterday was, I was a little on edge, even as brave as I am to have, that major surgery done. I had a colonoscopy, and then whatever they call it, where they look down your throat and check your esophagus and all of that.
Double major surgery.
My entire insides were photographed yesterday, and the doctor did say that my internals are the most photogenic he's ever seen. Not surprising. Although my colon hates to be on video just as much as I do. He said that the colon griped the entire time about having to do video.
Yeah.
Just like
Your colon's camera shy?
Mm-hmm. Couldn't get the right angle on it. And colon said it looked fat at that angle. And
it's like up until.
It was crazy.
Thought your colon was empty. Still thought it looked fat?
Yeah, that's the thing. And today, on the heels of that, I'm having oral surgery.
Oh, what's today?
I have to have that oral surgery where they go in with those sharp instruments and scrape on your teeth and stick, to your gums and.
You're getting cleaning.
Well, that's what laymen call it.
I can't hear the most.
But it's oral. It's an oral procedure. Yes.
It's a procedure, Alexis.
Yes.
And you guys say I'm dramatic.
But it takes it takes a fighter actually to have a colonoscopy one day and an oral surgery the next. I don't brag on myself a lot, but there are times when I do feel like people should recognize that I'm pretty much superhuman.
That's TJ.
Yeah.
Pretty much superhuman.
Matter of fact, that's my new name, TJ Superhuman. And I'm a little nervous about today, a little anxious.
And this is
because I just came off of that. I had the Michael Jackson propofol yesterday for my surgery I had.
But you fought through it.
Yeah.
And let's don't get this confused. This is not the same thing as when people say TJ is a superhuman.
Yeah, this is an adjective.
It's more about his deeds.
Yeah.
Who he is. This is physically he's.
This is his biology.
Right.
He's a superhuman.
So he is a superhuman who is superhuman.
Yeah, superhuman as an adjective is what I'm speaking about now. Yeah. I'm speaking on that.
Speak on.
Well, just do something superhuman right now.
I'm doing it after the show. I'm going to get oral surgery.
I think what he's saying is being here today after what he went through yesterday is superhuman.
And I'm not having any anesthesia today. Under this oral surgery I'm having, I'm not doing any anesthesia.
Wow. Aren't you just a brave?
So that's how tough I am.
I see. I hope to be like that one day.
So, I'm not the type of person to ask for prayers. Because I don't like to burden others. That's a part of being superhuman. You don't want to burden other people. But just, if you could think a good thought. And today would be probably one of those days where people don't wish they were me.
Yeah.
Yesterday and today are the 2 days that people wish they don't wish that they were me, Every other day that's on Santa's, biggest list. People, what Christmas wish? Bring me to be like TJ. So, just thought I would catch everybody up, let you know what's going on personally and professionally.
If you're so inclined to send donations, I'll be handling those personally and professionally, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Send them in the form of good vibes.
Right.
Is that good, Alexis? Mm-hmm. All right.
For all things Ace and TJ, subscribe to the Ace and TJ YouTube channel.
There are so many choices when it comes to homeowners insurance. If you're looking for an agent that can make sure that the program is customized to your family and help you explain coverages in words you understand, then give us a call.
This is the Ace and TJ Show live on acetj.tv.
Our manager, Adam, is in town. He lives in Hilton Head, South Carolina, by way of Manhattan and then some fancy town in Connecticut. And he's now residing in Hilton Head, South Carolina. We live in North Carolina. So he comes in for meetings and stuff. He's in town for meetings. And he called me yesterday to go over a few things. And we've talked about this before, and nothing has changed about it. But his Bluetooth in his car is the absolute worst sounding piece of audio equipment that I've heard since the 70s of trying to listen to a record skipping through a bad stereo system. I mean,
horrid.
It is, and for a long time I thought it was because he was in his convertible when he would call. But I'm guessing he wasn't in his convertible yesterday with the top down or anything because it was cold and rainy and stuff. So what is it that makes his Bluetooth sound so? Is it because it sounds like one of like he's just on a speakerphone riding in a bulldozer is what it sounds like.
Yes.
Like there's a lot of background wind and bang. What is all the banging and clanging? I mean, he doesn't drive a rattle trap for a vehicle.
He's very confused when you bring it up.
Yeah.
He's like, what?
Let me ask this, though. Is an older car that probably doesn't have Bluetooth already, so he's using like an old school Bluetooth attachment, like an earpiece that attaches to his phone, right?
Is he?
I don't think so. No, I think it's in the car.
Okay, see, that's what I always thought was the problem, was that that it's got something to do with he's using an outdated mode of technology.
No, because it seems like that happens when he's in his little hybrid car too, which isn't an old car. Which I told him when he's at my house, he's got to park that down the street. I don't want people to see that in my driveway.
Nonsense around here.
Yeah.
I don't know, but yeah, he's very confused. Yeah, I talked to him yesterday, and I could hear myself echoing. I said, "Hey, I think I'm having trouble with my phone." I'm trying not to like blame it on him. Awful.
You're so nice. And be like, your phone's annoying.
Yeah.
Call me later.
I go when I'm on the phone with him and he's on his Bluetooth. I go back and forth between speaker and holding it to my ear, and then having my Bluetooth in to figure out which one I can hear better, and it doesn't matter. So when we're with him today, we investigate that and see what. I mean, we may have to take up a little love offering or something and get him at least upgrade him to a jawbone or something.
Maybe somebody has to ride with him and tell us what's happening while we're trying to talk to him on the phone.
Do they still make a jawbone?
I don't know.
Thing? You remember those?
I'm sure they do.
I haven't seen people walk around with those lately. It used to be a fashion accessory to have
but now if you see
a
it,
Bluetooth thing on your ear.
How odd it's become. You see somebody think, oh, damn, they got a...
Is that like the one that like has a little bit of a side?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You clip it on.
Like assistants wear in movies and stuff?
Not that far. It's about that.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't... Or maybe he's just driving on the noisiest roads in America whenever we happen to be talking to him.
It just can't be every time he's driving, he's on the noisiest roads in America. That's impossible. Because he's been on the noisiest roads in America, in Connecticut, in New York, in South Carolina, in North Carolina. He's been on the noisiest roads in America for years.
But I got some of his Manhattan upbringings yesterday when I was on the phone with him yelling at other drivers.
Really?
Yeah. You know, he'll snap into that in a hurry. Start cussing.
Yeah, what were they doing? Driving too slow?
Cut him off, or now he thinks I cut him off, but I had nowhere to go.
Oh, Adam.
Holy cow.
You know, they always say, this guy, and then it's followed by something else, and cut me off. And I'm thinking, I wish he would cut off this connection.
Yeah.
My ear hurts.
This is the Ace and TJ Show.
A lot of things happening this morning. No Bluetooth headsets, but we'll get into all the things that are trending. Coming up next in Now Trending.
Get more Ace and TJ than ever before.
Wait a minute.
At acetj.com or acetj.tv, you can hear and see the Ace and TJ Show anytime you want. More Ace and TJ is coming up. The Ace and TJ Show will be back in less than 3 minutes.
Welcome to the Share Funny Podcast, now live on YouTube.
I just know
Times is still hard back there.
I know.
You've been cityfied for a long time.
Those guys in Pineville were not ready for him.
Oh, hell no. He knew he's going to make something of himself. What he made is a damn fashion plate out of himself. Fountain of Youth, that's what he done come to the big city and got into.
That's right.
They be like, here we are just getting older and older, and the further our sag, the younger old David gets. Hell, when I go to the beach now, you look at my footprints and the trail behind me, looks like I got a rope dangling from my neck, dragging the ground. Them's my
Temperature regulation.
Pressure relief.
Built to last.
Better value.
It's mattress shopping that's all about you.
Lake Norman Chill mattresses are twice as nice for half the price. Only at Sweet Dreams Mattress and Furniture.
It's uncut and uncensored. It's the Ace and TJ Share Funny podcast, live every day on the Ace and TJ app at 9 Eastern or on YouTube. Just search for Ace TJ TV on YouTube or wherever you download podcasts daily. It's Share Funny, sponsored by The Closet Niche.
Hey, it's Ace. This is my wife, Amanda. Behind us, that's our living room, where every Thursday night on the show Facebook page, we do live from the living room. But this week it's different because we're not going to be on the show Facebook page. We're moving live from the living room to this YouTube channel, the YouTube channel you're watching right now. Just like you're watching now, you can watch us Thursday night because we got a very special reason to be moving it.
We are going to be live from my parents' living room in Salisbury with my brother and Ace's son, Cade, and we're going to be doing our gender reveal to share with you guys. So we will already know, but our family and you guys are going to find out at the same time, live from YouTube.
Yeah, so it's going to be live on this YouTube channel Thursday night, 7 o'clock. So live from Amanda's parents' living room with the big gender reveal this Thursday night. So we hope you'll join us Thursday night, live from the living room, 7 o'clock, right here on the Ace TJ TV YouTube channel.
You're watching Morning Radio. Welcome to the Ace and TJ Show on Ace TJ TV. More show than you can get on the radio. This is Ace TJ 5G.
Let's go. Okay. All guests of the Ace and TJ Show, mostly Adam, loves to stay at the Hyatt-centric South Park Charlotte. Beautiful hotel, beautiful new hotel in the charming South Park neighborhood of Charlotte. It's just a spectacular place to stay. Plus 2 great restaurants right there inside the hotel. Learn more. Hyatt-centric South Park Charlotte.
So earlier in the show, we talked about your petty revenge. After we had the story of this guy who left flyers all over town in England, in this little English town, telling people to call this number and give your best Chewbacca impression for a chance to win $100. And that number turned out to be his ex's number.
They smelled great, too.
So
those flyers.
We were going through some of the different things that have come in. And for example, this lady said, keep me anonymous. He'd been cheating on me with multiple people and started with the girl across the hall. So I took almost everything from the house. I left some canned food, but no can opener. I left a bowl, but no spoons. I left a washcloth, but no towels.
That's actually funny.
Well, then she takes it one step further. She goes, then I took all his paraphernalia and put it under the kitchen sink. As I was leaving, I stopped at the police substation, the apartment complex, and told them they needed to go look under the kitchen sink in that apartment.
Okay,
I mean, it was petty until the point where you're going to get him arrested for drugs.
And it was actually kind of funny, too.
And this lady says, good morning, I love your show. Please keep me anonymous. This was not revenge for myself, but for my college roommate. She was dating a guy, and with him came a group of his friends, and they were always together. And he was just not a good guy. Well, there'd been a lot of burglaries in our area, so I called in a crime tip just as an inconvenience about him and his friends, thinking it would cause them all a big inconvenience and take a lot of time out of their day to be interviewed by the police. But it turns out it was actually them, and they were found by this anonymous tip. My roommate was devastated, and to this day, I have still never told her that I was the one that accidentally turned them in. Wow. So she calls the cops thinking, what a hassle. The cops will go, they'll interview them, take a lot of time out of their day, it'll be annoying, and turns out it was actually them.
But I wonder what the crime was. Did she
Theft.
say? She said it was just a theft?
Yeah, there'd been a lot of burglaries in our area, so I'd call it a crime tip just as an inconvenience.
Woman's intuition, man.
Thank you, Rob. We needed that.
Just you and us. This is Ace.
brother.
Hope everybody's in as good a mood as we are.
Yeah, mine's fading though. I'm tired.
We got a long day.
Some people need to take a nap.
Some people want to be like, did you do that?
Hey, some people trying to be like this here. That's my wife hates that.
I didn't know you did that until the podcast.
Yeah.
You said. Sometimes he'd just be like, some people just want to.
And then act like I'm sleeping. I'm gonna be like this here.
That would be so annoying.
You say she doesn't like that when she's talking about plans that she's made for the two of them.
Yeah, we're gonna do this, and we go out and meet this and that. Yeah, some people trying to be like this here.
He's so annoying.
That would be so annoying.
He's so annoying.
Tell him all the things you want to do today.
So she came up to watch TV in my TV room and sat on the other half of the puffy couch. And I said, because you know how cold-natured she is. She came in there and I go, yeah, so some people like to have a fan on. I'm going back downstairs. I'm not sitting up here with the fan blowing on me.
Now trending on the Ace and TJ Show.
Moly. Turns out Mr. Feeney from Boy Meets World was a total freak.
What?
Yeah.
No way.
There's a story of his wife. He's 95. His wife is, I think, 93. She's got a memoir coming out. But when they first got married, they were living in New York, and she said, well, yeah, we had an open marriage. But that's what everybody was doing in New York at the time, so it wasn't that weird. But I don't want to think about Mr. Feeney.
No, Mr. Feeney was so like by the book.
Yeah, he was the voice of reason.
Right.
He helped
He
him
was
grow.
also, wasn't he also the voice of Kit?
Yep.
Who's
Oh,
Kid?
yeah. In,
The Trans Am in Knight Rider that talked and had a personality and special powers, like a robot.
yeah. That was Mr. Feeney. That was my boy, Mr. Feeney.
Love Mr. Feeney and his talks in the backyard.
Yeah.
Always hit the soul
Mhm. It
every
really
time.
did.
And what turned out?
And he was into backyards
And hitting other things.
all over New York.
I don't want to think about that about Mr. Feeney.
Mr.
I don't like
Feeney.
that.
So how long did they maintain an open marriage, or did that
Yeah,
eventually go away?
I think for decades, but they both admit now that it was really hurtful.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think they felt that way at the time, or else they wouldn't have been doing it. But she said everybody was doing it in New York. That's just what people did, which I never knew.
Yeah. Well, not people.
New
Not
York.
all people in New York.
In 95. God bless them. Right? Isn't that
cute.
amazing?
Still living that pineapple life.
No, they're not.
Maybe.
Who decides to write a memoir at 93?
That's awesome.
Like,
man.
she's not even famous, though.
Yeah. Better that than the other way, though, when you're writing a memoir at, like, I don't know, in your 20s. Like
you
Prince
haven't,
Harry.
yeah, you haven't really
Yeah.
done much yet.
Yeah, you've got to really establish. You've got to have a pretty established track record before you can write a memoir.
Yeah, 93 might be too old,
Yeah.
but too young, I think, looks silly.
But I didn't watch that show. You say his character's name was Mr. McFeely?
Mr. Feeney.
Mr. Feeney.
Mr. McFeely.
What was the guy's name on Mr. Rogers? He had a name kind of like that.
Mr.
I think that
Mr.
was
Mc-
Mr. McFeely.
Was Mr. McFeely?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't even remember that. That's weird.
McFeely?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that was back before everything was guttural.
Perverted.
Yeah.
Nasty. Right now, one of the top trending topics, hashtag 1,000-pound sisters. Season 4 just debuted last night on The Learning Channel, TLC. So TLC really came out swinging this week. They had the season premiere, the series premiere of that, Hot Mom Manor on Sunday night. And now 1,000-pound sisters, season 4. I hope they're getting paid for that.
I bet we could we can maybe get them on the show. Tammy and Amy.
I would imagine.
Probably get an interview with them.
Yeah, Ace hates them bad, though.
He hates a lot of people.
He doesn't like the 1,000-pound sisters.
What do they do?
He's like, why are they famous? Because they
what do you mean? What do they do? They're
What are we applauding these people for? That's what it gets me.
applauding them.
We are applauding them. We're watching. I don't know. Maybe I make too much of it. It's no different than 90 Day Fiance or anything else. You're watching their train wreck lives.
Or Kardashians.
Yeah, I get into it. I enjoy it from time to time. I don't know. Just finds out we're just these. They're I don't know.
Hot?
No.
He's embarrassed by his feelings. He's embarrassed by the stirrings he experiences.
Yeah. They make 7,000 to 10,000 an episode, apparently.
Oh, okay. God bless them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and one of them, I think, had the procedure, so she's losing a ton of weight.
Yeah.
But I think in the premiere last night, she admitted that she weighs 717 pounds, I want to say.
Amy does?
Yeah.
The
large,
smaller one? Or
No, the bigger one.
Okay.
700. That can't be an easy life.
Because I thought there was a situation where Tammy, the bigger one, didn't lose enough to be able to have the surgery. I didn't know if she ever had it or not. That was a long time ago when it first started.
So I don't know. Do they lose the show if they lose a bunch of weight?
I don't think so.
You think they take the show away from them?
I don't think, because they have another sister that isn't on the show much, and she lost weight with the surgery and has kept it off.
Yeah, but look what happened. Mama June got hot, and they took her show. They gave her like one season of hot to not, or not to hot, and then they took her show.
Yeah.
So, just something to think about.
They did her dirty. They did her dirty
when she got real hot. Cardi B has that song. She says, "I don't cook, I don't clean, but let me tell you how I got this ring." Maybe you're also a bad housewife, and you can admit it, but that's just the way you live your life. No judgment here. Why are you a horrible housewife? We'll find out next.
The Ace and TJ Show is now more audio at acetj.com and more video at acetj.tv. Hear and see the show anytime, how you want, when you want. This is the Ace and TJ Show. The Ace and TJ Show will be back in less than 3 minutes.
Ace TJ 5G presents Today in History.
Hey, it's Ace, and today in history, a young man lived out a childhood dream. It wasn't even a dream when he was a child. That's how unbelievable it would have been. And many of you were there to see it. Details next.
Who is advertising with the Ace and TJ Show?
We are so excited to be a part of the Ace and TJ family, long time listeners, and delighted to have our business now a part of the family.
The Ace and TJ Show is radio, podcasts, video, social media, streaming, live appearances, and more. Get your company on before it's too late. Ace TJ at acetj.com or acetjmedia.com.
Hello, if you are a business owner, we know what it's like to be in business. From HR to accounting, we know the struggles, and we're here to help you with insurance so we can take one thing off your plate.
Whether you are buying or selling a home, Chambers & Associates Realty team is here to help. Because this is what they do. They are experts, they are experienced, and they know what you need to get through this process easily. Again, whether you're buying or selling, call them 704-439-6232. 704-439-6232, or visit them online at lkncharlottehomes.com. That's lkncharlottehomes.com.
Hyatt Centric South Park always delivers exceptional quality and service during your stay. And right now, when you book your social or business gatherings, you can earn up to 30,000 World of Hyatt bonus points. The Hyatt Centric South Park is a beautifully modern venue for all of your gatherings. Those of us on the Ace and TJ Show absolutely love this place. Beautiful rooms, spectacular dining options, all nestled in the beautiful community of South Park, Charlotte. Book your gathering by calling 980-299-7013.
Ace TJ 5G presents Today in History.
So this could be construed as a rather self-serving edition of Today in History, but it's a very special day because it was 17 years ago today that my band, Charity Case, opened for Bon Jovi at Time Warner Cable Arena in Charlotte. I know, that's Today in History. There's so many more important things, but hey, it's a very special day in my life. Over 15,000, sold out, a band that raised over $1.4 million for Ace and TJ's Green Kids charity over the course of 20 years. We didn't make any money that night, but rest assured we were the kings of the world. That's Today in History.
You're watching morning radio. Welcome to the Ace and TJ Show on Ace TJ TV.
There's something that can really improve your home that you can do quickly, easily by calling Lisenby Fencing Solutions. Now, when you need a fence, not only are you increasing your privacy and your security and the looks of your home, you're also making clear what your property lines are. So nobody tries to, say that part of your property is theirs and all, you got a definite line. Boom, where my Lisenby fence goes, that's my property. Now back off, neighbor. That's what you say. So here's what you do. You want the best, top quality fencing, then you contact the professionals at Lisenby Fencing Solutions. Schedule a consultation. Notice I said consultation, not consult. Because I pay attention to detail, just like Lisenby Fencing does, right? And then they can show you what's best for your property. They had all kinds of ideas that would be exactly what you're needing. You may not even know. You say, I just need a fence. Well, here are your options. Great craftsmanship, great pricing and all. Just call Shane Lisenby today, 980-425-0897. 980-425-0897, or go to acetj.com/fence. acetj.com/fence.
I might call Shane to get him to come out to my house and put up a fence.
Yeah.
It's a rental.
You could use one, though.
It's a rental, but my dad always said, you're not going to get your security deposit back, so you might as well do whatever you want to do.
Oh, I got my security deposit back when I rented a house.
Yeah, and that wouldn't affect the security deposit. Wouldn't be affected by putting a fence up. You just get their permission.
I never get my security deposit back.
I have always gotten mine back. What do you be doing in
What
there?
do you do?
A little electrical work, mind your business. Jeez.
Do you
I'm
ever
doing
even ask
upgrades.
for it back?
No.
See, that's what I can't picture them going, man, I want my deposit back.
Well, they're just supposed to give it to you when you in everything. They tell you how they're going to do it, and they just send it back to you.
It's not really a problem for me. I'm very wealthy, so I
Did you
don't
put a
even think
dimmer
about
switch
it.
in?
Say it again?
Didn't you put a dimmer switch in on your last
I have,
apartment?
yeah. Put in dimmer switches and light electrical work.
But if you put up a fence, that would only be enhancing the property. You'd have to have the owners okay to do it. But if you paid for it and did it, he would love that because it would only enhance his property, and that's not going to affect your deposit.
Yeah, maybe I'll get it back.
Well, probably not, because I didn't tell you put up a fence.
That's what I'm saying. You got to ask him to do it.
Just like if you put some new wheels on a lease car, they charge you for that at the end of the lease.
Do they?
Yeah,
really?
they mark off for that. Yeah.
Who would do that?
Ace TJ 5G. This is Ace TJ. This is Ace TJ TV. The Ace and TJ Show will be right back.
Now, better ingredients, better pizza means that each bite of every Papa John's slice just keeps getting better. From that first bite you have to blow on, to that second bite of crispy, crunchy toppings, to that string of gooey, melty cheese. And just when you're thinking this cannot get any better, you get to the crust and you realize it's not just any crust. Oh no, it's epic stuffed crust that's hand-stuffed with cheese. Better ingredients, better pizza, even better when it's stuffed.
And now, a flashback from the Ace and TJ Dailies.
Alexis, what did you do yesterday? You were shopping, and did you go eat somewhere? Where did you run into the young fella that you were telling us about?
I went to go have lunch at Panera.
Okay.
And I had sat down, I had my salad and my soup, and I had to go up to get something. And so I go ask the guy if I could take a to-go box, and he looks at me. He's like, "You're so beautiful." But the kid was like 18 years old. And it made me feel so weird because I was like, I don't know, like I just felt odd. Like that was bad that he was telling me that.
Why would you feel weird?
Wouldn't you feel weird if an 18-year-old girl said you were so hot?
Who are you talking to?
No.
Okay, TJ, wouldn't you feel weird?
Yeah, I would feel weird.
No. A compliment is a compliment.
Or Riggins, if an 18-year-old girl, like you knew that was clearly a teenager, was like, "You're so hot."
Yeah, it would make my day.
Really?
Well, hot,
For sure.
hot is different than his
Handsome.
would be comparable to say handsome. You're very handsome.
Yeah.
But I would think that she had no intentions of any, like she wouldn't have a desire for me.
Oh, absolutely.
But the boy, the 18-year-old boy, did.
Yeah.
See, that's the difference. That's the difference. In men, well, most men, a lot of men would look at it like, hey, man, she wants me. Well, she gave me extra tea. Like everybody gets free refills, you jackass.
Right. Oh, I felt old. I just felt like, boy, you shouldn't be telling me that.
You are. But it made you smile, though, didn't
It did make me smile. I was like, I so God, I'm like a cougar right now.
I want to see how I stir that soup.
How old do they have to be to compliment you and it be where you don't feel weird?
I don't know, within like a 5-year range.
So,
Okay, so you're
anybody
32.
it's
up there
27?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, maybe at least be 21.
Yeah, at least they can meet you at the bar.
Right, at least be able to buy me a drink. It's just odd. I don't know.
Yeah. And did he say it like, you are so beautiful, like that, or did he just say you're just very beautiful?
Well, I'm not trying to like brag or anything, but it was almost like he was taken aback.
Yeah.
You know, he like stared at me for a second. He's like, "You're just so beautiful."
Wow.
I was like, oh, thanks.
Oh, he was hitting on you.
I can't find the words.
Thanks, little boy.
Yeah. What was your response? Just thank you.
Yeah, I said, "Oh, thanks. You're cute."
Right. And did you stare at him after that?
No.
Just kind of keep looking while you were eating your sandwich.
No.
Kind of look over at him like,
Please.
You're like, stop.
I would rock his world.
Stop looking at me. Were you alone?
Yeah, I was by myself.
Oh yeah. You probably like lonely old widow woman.
Yeah, I'm not a lonely old widow woman.
That's probably what he thought. He's like, she just took a break from doing candy pecans for the holiday gifts.
It's Wednesday. She's ordering super salad.
Super salad. I know, right?
Alone in Panera, soup and salad.
Nope.
She's got to go home and finish up her knitting for her Christmas
Yeah,
gifts.
maybe he just felt bad for me.
For all things Ace and TJ, subscribe to the Ace and TJ YouTube channel.
If you want to sleep better and lose weight, then the product that you need is called Calitrin, or you can pronounce it Calitrin. Very easy for you to get. Just go to acetj.com/weight loss. acetj.com/weight loss for Calitrin.
The Johnson Group Facility Services is a commercial cleaning company that focuses more on customer satisfaction than the bottom line because each customer works directly with the owners every step of the way. If you need any commercial cleaning, the Johnson Group can handle it. Get details at acetj.com/clean.
Mornings just got way better. You can now watch the Ace and TJ show live, weekdays from 6 to 9 a.m. Eastern. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and wake up with us every morning. This is Ace TJ TV.
What? So if you miss Regan's weekend review on Fridays, happens every Friday morning on the show, then you can catch it in its own podcast. Actually, it's podcast. There's no need for the word "on" there. And if you miss it then you're just sad and pathetic. It's sponsored by Calitrin. So if you need help with weight loss, order Calitrin today. If you buy 4 months, you get 4 months free. And then they're also going to throw in the acai detox cleanse. Put that in there free of charge. acetj.com/weight loss.
There's a betting expert named Christian Alexander. Now,
who's she betting?
I think it's, well, I don't know. I don't know if it's a guy or a girl, but if you're named Christian Alexander, you only had one option. You're going to be a linen betting expert. Christian Alexander says that when you buy new sheets, you have to wash them before you put them on the bed. And I thought, well, who the hell doesn't know that? Who takes them out of the package and just puts them right on the bed? Who would do that? It says make sure you get off any of the remaining manufacturing process chemicals that might be on the bedding itself. Residue chemicals that could cause an allergic reaction or an irritation. Wash your sheets with a cup of baking soda before you put them on the bed. That way they're not as stiff and they're softer to the touch.
So baking soda as opposed to just, Tide Pods or whatever?
I guess.
I never knew that about the baking soda part. Okay.
Yeah, in addition to your regular detergent, add a cup of baking soda.
Yeah. What other kind of softer is it than to the touch?
Soft to the touch, right? Yeah, I don't know.
Well, people always say that.
Yeah, I don't know.
How you gonna know if it's soft if you don't touch it?
That's a good point. Yeah, I don't know.
Christian dumb.
Christian might be dumb. I mean, who doesn't know that? I mean, I think everybody knows that. They said to get the most out of your new sheets, remove that stiff feeling, giving them a thorough wash with that cup of baking soda will make all the difference in the world. But a lot of people might not know that. Maybe, I guess my question is, how are you a horrible housewife? Maybe you don't know these common things that housewives typically do know about how to get stains out of clothes, how to cook a soup, how to dust fan blades. Typical, stereotypical housewife things that you just either don't have an interest in or don't want to do it, or don't know how to do it. And you can recognize this. Cardi B said, I don't cook, I don't clean. But let me tell you how I got this ring. And she's talking about something
else. Something
else.
She's a dirty,
keeping her husband happy.
But she's not a housewife either. She's working.
She is working, yeah. Mm-hmm. So how are you a horrible housewife? At the Ace TJ Show, be honest. We'll get your answers coming up next.
The Ace and TJ Show 5G app is sponsored by Papa John's. Order now on our app, the Papa John's app, or papajohns.com. The Ace and TJ Show will be back in less than 3 minutes.
Ace TJ 5G presents Today in History.
Hey, it's Ace, and today in history, a young man lived out a childhood dream. It wasn't even a dream when he was a child. That's how unbelievable it would have been. And many of you were there to see it. Details next.
Who is advertising with the Ace and TJ Show?
Here at Sweet Dreams, we love to kick back and listen to our favorite podcast, TJ and Jody's House, and hear them mention all the time the awesome furniture they got from us at Sweet Dreams. And just today, we actually had a customer come and buy a whole house full of furniture because they heard us on TJ and Jody's House.
The Ace and TJ Show is radio, podcasts, video, social media, streaming, live appearances, and more. Get your company on before it's too late. Ace TJ at acetj.com or acetjmedia.com.
Temperature regulation.
Pressure relief.
Built to last.
Better value.
It's mattress shopping that's all about you.
Lake Norman Chill mattresses are twice as nice for half the price. Only at Sweet Dreams Mattress and Furniture.
It's uncut and uncensored. It's the Ace and TJ Share Funny podcast, live every day on the Ace and TJ app at 9 Eastern or on YouTube. Just search for Ace TJ TV on YouTube or wherever you download podcasts daily. It's Share Funny, sponsored by The Closet Niche.
Ace TJ 5G presents Today in History.
So this could be construed as a rather self-serving edition of Today in History, but it's a very special day because it was 17 years ago today that my band, Charity Case, opened for Bon Jovi at Time Warner Cable Arena in Charlotte. I know, that's Today in History. There's so many more important things, but hey, it's a very special day in my life. Over 15,000 sold out, a band that raised over $1.4 million for Ace and TJ's Grin Kids charity over the course of 20 years. We didn't make any money that night, but rest assured we were the kings of the world. That's Today in History.
You're watching Morning Radio. Welcome to the Ace and TJ Show on Ace TJ TV. On the radio, this is Ace TJ 5G.
I feel kind of guilty that we're all in this room being so chipper and happy and all when Rob has experienced just a complete travesty in his life today. Are you up for talking about it, Rob? Can you bring yourself to discuss it?
I can. I'll explain. So in December, there was 50-cent corn dogs at Sonic. They do it once a quarter, maybe once a month, every once in a while. It was 50 cents in December.
And you get alerts.
Yeah, I got an email. And I got an email this morning from Sonic. And they're 99 cents now on the special.
So they almost doubled in price in a month.
It's ridiculous.
Man. But when that email came through to him earlier, he screamed from the other room, and he would have thought that he had a snake crawling up his leg. No!
What have you done? So the cost of buying 3 corn dogs went from $1.50 to $3.
I mean, it's unfair.
It is a big jump, you know.
Got an email about corn dogs.
You think egg prices is bad?
When I worked on Wall Street.
Yeah, this is way worse than eggflation.
He said the inflation has hit the Sonic.
That's what he said. Yeah.
Oh my
God.
Sonic had been immune until today, but now it's messed up.
They still had 2 for $5 cheeseburgers, but now corn dogs is double price.
You think I'm gonna pay that?
Is that the way you
for
sound?
A little chintzy corn dog?
Is that the way you sound, Rob, when you say it in your head?
Yeah, a little bit.
Corn dogs are down double priced.
What are they doing?
Jeez,
I'll make my
hard
own,
times,
thank
man.
you. Not that highway robbery. $1 a corn dog.
I got an alert.
We need to fix something before this gets too far.
What does a package of corn dogs, because I haven't bought corn dogs in forever, and I love corn dogs. What does a package of corn dogs cost at the grocery store? Is it still 6 in a package?
I think you can get multiple different varieties. I'm trying to check Walmart right now.
And those are good, but they're not the same.
No, but they are good if you put them in the air fryer.
Yeah.
They're better than before if you just put them in a microwave.
But when you get them at a place that pulls them right out of the grease, yeah, they got that little crunch on the outside.
Stop it.
You rest good that night.
Oh my God, Walmart doesn't even have corn dogs on their website.
Now, does that mean they don't have them, or does that mean they expect you to go in the store to get them?
Well, you can order like a grocery pickup, but they don't have it on the website at all.
Might be a shortage.
No,
that may be why they're more expensive now.
Yeah,
they've had to double in price for the special at Sonic.
It's not good, y'all.
But I mean, if they didn't carry it, or if you couldn't, you had to go into the store to get it, it'd be the same thing for you. You're not getting it, right?
Right.
Yeah, he's not going.
Yeah, you're not going in the store.
No.
What a calamity.
Yeah, what are we to do? Have y'all seen where they take those Uncrustables and put those in a deep fryer?
No.
With
And
jelly
then,
in them?
and then cover them in a glaze.
What?
Yeah, that looks really good.
Oh my God.
Deep frying an Uncrustable.
That sounds awesome.
So you have a corn dog for dinner and then that as a dessert. Yum.
Ace TJ 5G. Thanks for watching Ace TJ TV. Please make sure you like and subscribe. We'll be right back. And now, a flashback from the Ace and TJ dailies.
Full-time now since 1991, so 22 years, I guess, full-time. I started the day after I graduated from college. I've been doing it ever since. We met in 91, I guess, late 91, early 92. He was working every day, doing several shows a day at his small town, hometown radio station, which was an AM station, like 3,000 watts, I believe. I was doing overnights on the 100,000 watt top 40 station that he and I had both grown up listening to. And he started driving down to work part-time on the weekends. And he would do a Saturday show and a Sunday show. And a lot of times he didn't have a place to stay, so he would come stay at my place. I was the only guy that wasn't married on the staff and wasn't involved, and we were the same age, and come hang out and that kind of thing. And that's really how it started. And then when I got moved up to nights, they made him the offer to do midnight. So I would do 7 to midnight, and he would do midnight to 6. And being the only two single guys and just both being radio junkies, we moved into an apartment together because they gave us an apartment for free. They call it trade. They trade the apartment rent for commercials. And they put us in this apartment in a really horrific part of town. But it was free. We were having a great time. So we would we would talk about radio constantly. We would listen to air check tapes of DJs from around the country and what they sounded like and what they were doing. Then after a few months, he started coming in a little early. So a couple nights a week, he would come in at about 10 o'clock, 10:30 or so. He would come on with me, and sometimes I'd stay until after his show was over at midnight. And we would just hang out and talk and try to work on our show and all this kind of stuff. So once we put together a cassette, and we took it to the owners and left them a note that said, hey, check this out. We weren't sure what was going to happen on the radio station, and we wanted to be the morning show. And we left them this cassette of some of the stuff that we've been doing, and they literally said, don't ever stop doing that. Don't do that anymore. And then we kept moving up through the ranks, and kind of we moved into management positions because the station went into bankruptcy and all the people quit because they weren't going to get a raise. They were going to cut the talent fees and all that kind of stuff. We could afford it. We were fine. We didn't have anything anyway, so what do we care? I became the program director. TJ became the assistant program director and the music director. And so our first act was to make ourselves the morning show. And they really couldn't do anything to stop us, because if they did, we'd quit, and then they wouldn't have a staff. So that's how the Ace and TJ show actually started in November of 93. So now this year will be 21 years that we've been doing the show together. It's all we've done for the past 21 years.
This is the Ace and TJ Show live on acetj.tv.
You know, one of our great sponsors here, the Ace and TJ Show, and for my cooking show, Fend for Yourselves, is Omaha Steaks. Omaha Steaks are absolutely wonderful. Just the steaks, if that's all you're going to focus on, the steaks. You go to omahasteaks.com and use the promo code TJ at checkout. You can get $30 off your order. Now, stock up and save up to 55% on select Omaha Steaks. The customer favorites that they have. But, you know, it's not just the perfectly aged and delicious, juicy steaks that Omaha Steaks has. They have everything from full meals to side dishes to desserts. And when you have that delivery, my mouth's watering talking about it. When you have that delivery sitting on your porch and you drive up, you see that Omaha Steaks box sitting out there, and you're like, yes, I'm stocking up and this is great. So omahasteaks.com, go there, and then when you go to check out, you'll get lost on the site, first of all, because it's got so much stuff on there. When you go to check out, use the promo code TJ for $30 off your order. omahasteaks.com, promo code TJ. Minimum order may be required.
We got some bad housewives in the radio family. These are wild. These are pretty fun.
A lot of them are pretty funny.
How are you a bad housewife? Simple question. There's a bunch of great answers. I'll give you one. From the front page of our Facebook page at the Ace TJ Show. It's from Maureen. She said, I'm a bad housewife because I only cook when I feel like it. Otherwise, it's fend for yourselves. I hire a cleaner. My husband does his own laundry. I just go play tennis and go to lunch. I think Jody and I would be great friends.
So wait, she's a housewife?
Yes. It's interesting her perception of what Jody does.
Right, and that's not what Jody does. Jody does go to lunch and things like that, but when she hits the floor, and always has, and hits the floor in the morning to the time she goes to bed, she's busy. She handles all of our finances. She does and when the kids were little, she's a room mom. She did all of that mom stuff.
Yeah.
And then in addition was able to go to lunch and brunch sometimes with her friends. And,
sure.
And now there's more of that since she, the kids are grown.
Right.
I mean, she's not really hitting a lick at a snake. No, I'm kidding. Was cleaning the house all day yesterday.
Good for
dirty.
her. Good for her.
It was dirty.
She got a good one?
Yeah, that's what I said. I'm a horrible housewife because I get pre-cooked meals and let my boyfriend think I cooked them.
Oh, so you're just lying. She's not even honest about it.
She just put them on the plate, heat them up. Dinner's ready. You just serve them like you cooked the meal.
He probably wouldn't even mind that you didn't cook it. Or maybe he would.
He wouldn't care.
It's food.
I wonder if that husband, though, resents the fact that he's doing his own laundry and dinner, everything is fend for yourselves around the house.
Yeah.
When he's working and she's staying at home.
Oh, I don't know. It depends on what she looks like. Is she good looking in her message? Yeah. He may be a troll.
Might be ugly?
Yeah.
Sarah Evans, not the singer, I don't think, but she said, what makes us a bad housewife is bad husbands and bad house kids. We get tired of picking up everyone's crap.
Yikes.
So it's everybody else in the house's fault. That's one of the good, interesting answers.
Here's a fair point, though. Just because you're the housewife doesn't mean everybody else shouldn't pull their weight and pick up and do things around the house.
Mm-hmm. Sure it does.
Clean up. Everybody clean up.
Of course it does.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Barney said it best.
What did Barney say?
Clean up. Everybody clean up.
Oh, yeah. You really threw me for a loop on that one.
I didn't know where we were going with that.
Barney said it.
Yeah.
When did she become an Andy Griffith fan?
Barney. I love Barney. Oh, there's some fabulous answers here. I got to take a break, but we'll get to more of these in just a second.
The Week in Review is sponsored by Calotren. Go to acetj.com/weight loss to find out more about Calotren. The Ace and TJ Show will be back in less than 3 minutes.
Welcome to the Share Funny Podcast, now live on YouTube.
I just know
Times is still hard back there.
I know.
You've been cityfied for a long time.
Those guys in Pineville were not ready for him.
Oh, hell no. He knew he's going to make something of himself. What he made is a damn fashion plate out of himself. Fountain of youth. That's what he done come to the big city and got into.
That's right.
They be like, here we are just getting older and older and further our sag, the younger old David gets. Hell, when I go to the beach now, you look at my footprints in the trail behind me, looks like I got a rope dangling from my neck, dragging the ground. Them's my balls.
Temperature regulation.
Pressure relief.
Built to last.
Better value.
It's mattress shopping that's all about you.
Lake Norman Chill mattresses are twice as nice for half the price. Only at Sweet Dreams Mattress and Furniture.
It's uncut and uncensored. It's the Ace and TJ Share Funny podcast, live every day on the Ace and TJ app at 9 Eastern or on YouTube. Just search for Ace TJ TV on YouTube or wherever you download podcasts daily. It's Share Funny, sponsored by The Closet Niche.
Hey, it's Ace. This is my wife, Amanda. Behind us, that's our living room, where every Thursday night on the show Facebook page, we do live from the living room. But this week it's different because we're not going to be on the show Facebook page. We're moving live from the living room to this YouTube channel, the YouTube channel you're watching right now. Just like you're watching now, you can watch us Thursday night because we've got a very special reason to be moving it.
We are going to be live from my parents' living room in Salisbury with my brother and Ace's son, Cade, and we're going to be doing our gender reveal to share with you guys. So we will already know, but our family and you guys are going to find out at the same time, live from YouTube.
Yeah, so it's going to be live on this YouTube channel Thursday night, 7 o'clock. So live from Amanda's parents' living room with the big gender reveal this Thursday night. So we hope you'll join us Thursday night, live from the living room, 7 o'clock, right here on the Ace TJ TV YouTube channel.
You're watching morning radio. Welcome to the Ace and TJ Show on Ace TJ TV.
Man, shut up. Hey, we've partnered with our Ace and TJ media company, Ace TJ Media. We partnered with the Stout Factor marketing and promotions. So anything that you need, you could get it doubled up now if you got a business and you need any type of marketing or advertisement or any of that stuff. You need creative content. We got it for you. Got it handled with the Stout Factor and Ace TJ Media. Go to acetjmedia.com and you can get to all of the stuff from our website. Check it out.
Let's see if you guys can be honest for a second.
Nope.
There's a question circulating the internet. Would you rather have $1 billion or have a 10-minute dinner with Jesus?
Oh, I want a 10-minute dinner with Jesus.
It's okay. So Ace is a liar.
Yeah.
I knew you couldn't do it.
Trillions of dollars.
I want to talk to Jesus.
Okay. All right.
You're going to talk to Jesus.
I got a lot of questions.
Hey, can't you talk to him after, after this live?
Be like, I talk to Jesus every day when I pray. Give me the trillion.
Yeah, now he's going to talk back.
I don't know, though. I mean, $10 billion or have to go in and be chewed out and told that I'm not doing it right?
Nope, that's not what it says. It just says talk to Jesus.
Well,
you might have some.
Anytime there's a come to Jesus meeting, somebody's getting in trouble.
That's true.
I
don't know if I want that.
Yeah,
that's a good point.
I'm going with the
You
Jesus.
just say that because you think Jesus can tell you what the lottery numbers are going
Right.
to be.
Yeah.
Could be any number of reasons
Double
why.
up.
Could be any number of reasons why. Maybe I just need to pitch myself to Jesus about this lottery thing.
Yeah. Ace would spent 8 of those 10 minutes talking about how he opened for Bon Jovi that one time.
Yeah.
And like, damn, I only got 2 minutes left. By the way,
And Jesus would be like, I know. Oh, if I told you this story, Jesus.
Jesus is like, wrap it up, dude.
you don't want to ask me anything?
Yeah.
We're here.
I got lots of
Jesus
questions.
would be like, and do you think that now you can ask forgiveness for wearing those leather pants back then? Those obscene leather pants.
Yeah. Yeah, listen, people say money's temporary, Jesus is eternal. So maybe.
There you go.
Does he call it a come to me meeting?
I think so.
Ace TJ 5G.
Why are you a bad housewife? I don't want to be a trashy housewife who.
Hi, I'm Tanya.
I'm Tanya.
Why
are you a bad housewife? And Kimberly said, I can't sew, not one stitch. If a button falls off, well, that's too bad. But I don't even think, sewing, my mom sewed, but I don't know that most women now, most housewives know how to sew.
They're out there sewing their oats. That's what they're doing.
Well, damn oats. So I think you're probably okay if you can't sew. I don't think that makes you a bad housewife.
I don't know how to iron.
Yeah, a lot of people have said, I'm not ironing.
Not doing it. I'm putting it, I'll spray with a little water and putting it in the dryer for you.
But why not? No desire to learn?
No, I don't, no.
Yeah.
I just don't think I'll be good at it.
You've never done it. I don't think I'd be that good at it. You probably won't be that good at it at first.
I don't think so. I don't want to burn anybody's clothes.
It sounds like you're not good at being a Latina, because they always say that Latinas take care of their men and all. And you're like, I might throw it in the dryer for you.
Listen, that's still taking care
now
of
this guy you got now, he's cooking for you. He's doing, holding your hair while you're throwing up, doing all that.
Yeah, I like it. I like it like that better.
Megan said I'm terrible.
Of course. I would too.
Yeah, you wouldn't. That's the way I like it.
I'm being a bad Latina too.
I'll be a bad Latina all day.
Angie said, I'm a bad housewife because I never clean my car out. It has 2 gym bags, at least 3 coats at any given time, 5 water bottles, coffee cups, junk mail, makeup, extra shoes, you name it. It's most likely in my car. I'm not saying I can't find it in a hurry, but chances are it's in there. I don't know that even having a messy car makes you a bad housewife.
No,
it kind of goes with the territory.
I like the lady, though, that said she, I lost her name, but said she's a bad housewife because she cooks and does the laundry, but I don't dust.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Does that mean it doesn't get done?
Yeah.
Because dusting has to be done.
Yeah, I've seen a couple dusting ones.
Yeah.
I don't dust.
This other lady said, I'm a bad housewife. Her name is Mandy. I'm a bad housewife because I follow the lead. If my husband is a bad husband, why can't I be a bad housewife? If my kids are bad kids, why can't I be a bad housewife? My capabilities are a direct reflection of the people in my household.
Yeah, I like that.
What?
Yeah, I like that one.
You disagree?
Yeah.
Why you think you should lead by example?
Yeah, maybe you should elevate the household.
Wow.
Especially with your kids. If your husband's a bad husband, you need to be an even better wife.
He just said.
Yeah. That's what the man's supposed to be doing, elevating the household.
I agree. But I mean, both parents should be elevating the household for the sake of the kids. You just can't.
It's not really as important what a mom does. I mean, the dad is the important.
Thank you, TJ.
I'm here to elevate.
Yeah. Floors are uneven. Jack it up on one end. I know my house would have crumbled many years ago if it weren't for my elevating the household the way I do.
Is that right?
Yeah. My wife, it'd just fall around her.
That's funny. I pictured it being the exact opposite.
Exact opposite.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Who knows? Tomato.
Ace and TJ. The Ace and TJ Show will be back in less than 3 minutes.
Welcome to the Share Funny Podcast, now live on YouTube.
I just know
Times is still hard back there.
I know.
You've been cityfied for a long time.
Those guys in Pineville were not ready for him.
Oh, hell no. He knew he's going to make something of himself. What he made is a damn fashion plate out of himself. Fountain of youth. That's what he done come to the big city and got into.
That's right.
They'd be like, here we are just getting older and older, and the further our sag, the younger old David gets. Hell, when I go to the beach now, you look at my footprints and the trail behind me, looks like I got a rope dangling from my neck, dragging the ground. Them's my
Temperature regulation.
Pressure relief.
Built to last.
Better value.
It's mattress shopping that's all about you.
Lake Norman Chill mattresses are twice as nice for half the price. Only at Sweet Dreams Mattress and Furniture.
It's uncut and uncensored. It's the Ace and TJ Share Funny Podcast, live every day on the Ace and TJ app at 9 Eastern or on YouTube. Just search for Ace TJ TV on YouTube or wherever you download podcasts daily. It's Share Funny, sponsored by The Closet Niche.
Hey, it's Ace. This is my wife, Amanda. Behind us, that's our living room, where every Thursday night on the show Facebook page, we do live from the living room. But this week it's different because we're not going to be on the show Facebook page. We're moving live from the living room to this YouTube channel. The YouTube channel you're watching right now. Just like you're watching now, you can watch us Thursday night because it's got a very special reason to be moving it.
We are going to be live from my parents' living room in Salisbury with my brother and Ace's son, Cade, and we're going to be doing our gender reveal to share with you guys. So we will already know, but our family and you guys are going to find out at the same time, live from YouTube.
Yeah, so it's going to be live on this YouTube channel Thursday night, 7 o'clock. So live from Amanda's parents' living room with the big gender reveal this Thursday night. So we hope you'll join us Thursday night, live from the living room, 7 o'clock, right here on the Ace TJ TV YouTube channel.
Welcome to the Share Funny Podcast, now live on YouTube. This is Ace TJ TV. Family presents Unfiltered, Uncensored, and Uninterrupted. Well, almost. Right here. Let's go! This is Share Funny from the Ace and TJ Show Plus.
Yay. Yay. Usually, this begins the end of our workday. This is the beginning of the end of our workday, but not today. Today is one of those crazy go nuts meetings after the show, and all of that. So,
3 today.
What, 3?
3 of them.
3 meetings?
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought you weren't going to one.
I may not still go.
Ace. Yesterday, Alexis was in a meeting with the turlet all day.
That was fun.
So evidently, she had an allergic reaction to doing a lot of shots and drinking the night before, and so she was throwing up and stuff. Now, what do you and your not moving too quickly guy that you're seeing? You have assigned blame for your stomach issues for some fries covered in a Gouda sauce.
Yeah, it was like a Gouda cheese sauce.
Right.
And he's seen.
Oh, Gouda cheese.
Yeah.
Why didn't I specify?
He should have. I forgot what I was saying because you made me forget. Oh yeah, I've had other times where I've been with him and I've eaten things that are covered in cheese and my stomach has not reacted so well, but not as extreme as this.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And he said that after his birthday, you're gonna start eating better.
Yeah, we gotta eat clean. He said we gotta meal prep.
Yeah.
I've always said I was never gonna meal prep ever in my life.
Why?
Because it's boring. Oh, it's boring to eat the same thing every single day. Like that's the most boring thing
But
ever
you
in
don't
life.
have to eat the same thing every day. That's the purpose of meal prepping.
Yeah, but it's clean.
That you can prepare different things. Yeah, I mean it's not fries in a Gouda sauce.
No bacon.
Is it worse than being on the toilet all day?
Bacon, lasagna, cheeseburgers.
Bacon lasagna. That sounds good.
That would be bomb, actually.
Yeah, it would. Instead of beef with bacon in it, or just add
And you could
bacon
just
to
put
it.
like the strips down. Oh my god.
No, I want them crumbled so I can they're bite-sized pieces.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh, that would be good. And then you
Mm.
top it off with crumbled bacon on
Yeah,
top.
hell yeah. I'd like
Copyright.
lasagna.
Yeah, it's like-
if you
yeah.
could
I would do that with
way.
that white sauce probably. That would be good.
Mm-hmm.
And you can eat it for breakfast because it's got bacon in it.
Yeah.
Breakfast lasagna.
See, this is gonna be horrible.
Mhm.
You can't have
I'm
any of
gonna
that.
fail.
Yeah. But like Riggins and I were saying earlier, we completely disagree with your boyfriend. We don't think you're fat at all.
Shut up.
Yeah. It's crazy that he thinks you're so huge.
Yeah. You guys
Huge.
are stupid.
You're going to clean up that diet.
No.
And if you can't do 75 hard, you're going to at least do 75 moderately difficult.
Yeah, because I told him I'm not doing it.
You're going to do 35 moderately difficult and build your way up.
Mm-mm.
He's trying to get you a TLC show.
I don't know what he's trying to do, Shut up.
My big love.
My big cheesy love. Oh.
But didn't you see the doctor about your sensitive stomach and how you can't eat cheese and stuff like that?
Yeah, well, they wanted to do one of those things where they put the camera inside
Oh,
of
the
my
scope?
stomach. Yeah, and I
You're
was like,
gonna
not
scope
doing
it?
that. Mm-hmm. It's expensive.
Yeah. But I mean, you pretty much tell when you eat something if it makes you throw up,
Yeah,
right?
I
You
know.
say, I shouldn't eat this.
Yeah, we don't need a camera when you eat French fries covered in Gouda cheese sauce. Seems little.
Oh, it's horrible. It's
I
getting
can tell
like
you.
worse and worse as I get older, too.
Yeah, I mean, you're eating bacon grease as a salad dressing.
What'd you have this today? A bacon lasagna with crumbled bacon on top.
Extra cheese and sausage
Okay.
gravy.
He's like, I'll
Ooh,
put
that
the-
would be good.
I'll put the camera away. I don't think we're going to need that.
Yeah, but there's other people that can eat all those things and they're perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Why can't I be like that?
Because you're not. You're just
Yeah,
not.
you might as well say there are all kinds of other people who are tall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you think you'll be able to do it?
No.
No. Because you said it's a lot easier for you to go and work out than it is for you to maintain a clean diet.
Yeah, you guys have seen my failed attempts. I'll go like
But, I
2
mean-
days and then I go to get fast food.
I don't know that we've ever seen you go 2 days.
True. Well, I've tried. That's what
But now
I
for the
try
first
to do.
But now for the first time, you have someone with you who can help you keep you in check. You know, hey, we're going to do this and not that from now on.
Yeah, and he said that he'll cook, like he's gonna cook most of the food.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like all you have to do is just take the food out, heat it, and eat it up.
Yeah.
I'm like, I know, but it doesn't
I'd
taste.
like to get in on that
sounds
deal.
like, that sounds like a hell of a deal.
Yeah. So you're going to
'Cause
be
I know he
healthier,
thinks
but
I'm
he's
fat
going
too.
Shut
must
up.
think I'm enormous.
Can he meal prep for me as well? That'd be great.
You're going to be healthier, and he's going to do the work.
I know. But no, I'm doing the work because I have to refrain from eating all the delicious things that I love. And that's harder for me than him cooking the food.
But when are you around all of the things that you love?
All the time.
Really?
I will-
Where?
What do you mean where? I live
mean-
like up in a place where there's 7 restaurants around me.
I know, but it's not like you work at the restaurant anymore. So you can't even withstand from, going into the pho places and all, because pho shouldn't be bad for you, right? There's nothing but broth, is it?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
not where you're putting
No.
on all those extra
Right.
pounds.
Shut up.
That's definitely not where you get.
Yeah, maybe her boyfriend knows of some other places that she's going into that he's in.
This is what's the hardest thing for me. Leaving here, I always want to go to Wendy's or McDonald's
Yeah.
or some type of fast food where I can just drive through. Or if I go into the gas station, I always get snacks. Every single time.
Yeah.
I
We
can't
just
go.
don't
I
get a
can't.
snack.
I can't.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
can't.
Yeah, you can.
You just,
I can't
you just living a pork rind life out here trying to survive.
I have to get like at least a little something.
We also always talk about food.
It's so hard. And I'm gonna say this. Take it how you want. But before I started on this show, I did not eat fast food like I do now. So
What
it is
the-
y'all's
you
fault.
gotta be kidding.
And I 100% promise
Because you were probably because you were in restaurants all the time.
Yeah,
Were you
because we
working in
didn't
the
talk
restaurant?
about fast food as much as we do here.
Right. You also had accessibility to take food home all the time or whatever. So don't blame that on us. That's on
Yeah,
you.
I mean that's not our fault
I mean,
How about going-
that your boyfriend is pointing out the results of your
Shut
fast.
up! He's not saying I'm fat.
How about going to the convenience store and start and buying? We need a snack. Get something like a healthy special K bar, or get
That's gross.
I don't want to do that.
I want a bag of salt and vinegar chips and a Snickers bar.
I was wondering why he sent me that picture of himself holding up a pair of your pants.
Shut up.
Like, and then, and after he's done with you, you'll be holding up a different size. He's like, "Oh my God, are you okay? I noticed when you were throwing up that you have a lot of wrinkles in your back." Your back looks like a Sharpay.
Shut up.
Something must have changed though. I mean, they only been seeing each other not that long, so he was like, okay, we gotta hit the brakes on this runaway train. He's like, what are you getting? She's like, French fries with cheese sauce on it. What? He's like, it's Wednesday.
It was Monday.
Monday.
You only got one bathroom. We can't do this anymore.
That's what was. Oh my God, y'all! I was so scared yesterday because I'm like, what if he has to like use the bathroom and then I have to use the bathroom? And I'm like, he went to use the bathroom and he was in there and I'm like counting down the minutes and I'm like, you better. I'm like talking to my son, I'm like, you better just hold on for a second.
Are you almost done?
Yeah, I didn't want to be that person. I was like counting down the minutes that he was like leaving to go to work because I was like, I need this bathroom to myself. Please leave.
Wow.
And really, I would have kicked him out like at 2 a.m. when it started, but that would have been a little bit mean.
Well, considering that he was having some issues as well.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Oh God.
But his stomach gurgled a little bit. He used the bathroom and then he was fine.
You sound
So, in other words,
Because he's
was
saying,
fine.
yeah,
was
I was
fine.
fine because I'm not fat. I'm not a 1,000-pound sister like you are.
I mean, damn.
It's the worst. But now he's seen me at my worst, so that's as bad as it gets.
He's like, damn, I didn't.
Yeah, he saw
I
you at
didn't
your
realize.
worst. He's a good night. We got to do 75 hard and tighten up a little bit.
I think that's what he's trying to say. Is I don't want to see you at the worst.
He said, I work in a food truck. I don't want to date one.
He's also smelled you at your worst.
Like, damn, why? I thought we just changed the shocks on this food truck.
He's like, we sell salads too. Oh man,
He's gonna pull his food truck up outside your apartment and be grilling chicken for you. He's gonna be walking up with all those divided Tupperware bowls. Here, big one.
Yeah.
But we're on record as saying from the very beginning
Right.
that we disagree with him.
Yeah, that-
on that.
I don't see it.
Do you think it spawned from you getting mad when he stole your Cheetos?
That's probably
Yeah,
what
maybe.
it was.
Damn.
But he has no idea what he's in for, what kind of fight. Because he's going to go to all that trouble cooking those meals and stuff and have them stacked in the refrigerator, all organized and all that. And he's going to come visit and look. She got pork rinds all over her chest.
Well, this is the worst part that I was already thinking. Like, okay, well, what if I do cheat? What am I gonna do? Like, how am I gonna hide it? I'm like, that's not the way to like approach this.
Oh my god!
I had to like stop
that's
myself.
terrible.
I know.
That's like an addict.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it is a problem.
And it's not even until February. Like
know.
we're halfway through
And
January.
I'm already like trying to think of what I'm gonna do with the chip bags.
She's pissed.
Right.
Wild.
But we can't
Absolutely
do anything
wild.
until after my birthday. That's
Well, because we gotta eat.
Yeah.
you could. Oh, because he wants to do the 75 hard. So
Yeah.
you don't get cheat days during the 75
No
hard.
cheat days, he
Right.
said.
So
I'm
that's
not,
when
what?
that's when it starts though after his birthday.
Yeah.
Okay.
In February.
And I'm like, there's not even one cheat day. I'm like, come on, like I know myself. This is what I'm trying to tell him. Like I know myself and I know my flaws and my weaknesses.
What if you could make it a cheat meal instead of a cheat day?
I mean, I would take that over nothing. If that was the option.
Yeah, that's the thing that in all of my years of eating cleanly and working out and all of that stuff. They have so many different things now, these different programs and all. Since I haven't been that person, but that 75 hard seems like it wouldn't be for me because I'm of the belief that you have to build in cheat meals into a program or it becomes too hard for you. And then when you're able to eat again like you want, then it's been that long since you've treated yourself that you end up going right back to wherever it was you were before.
And I hope he's listening right now because that's exactly what I told him. So maybe he'll listen from you.
No, I said that's for me.
Yeah, but that's my same,
That's
like-
the thing for me.
That's my same thought process. Like I know myself.
But other people, can do that no problem. Do that 75 hard.
She keeps saying, I know myself. I know who I am. I know my weak. Is it possible that you could maybe change a little something?
I will try.
Yeah, or at least.
I will try.
How are you going to say?
It doesn't sound like it.
How are you going to get anybody to believe that you're genuinely going to try when you just admitted that when he first said it, you're figuring out ways you're going to be able to cheat it?
But that was my instinct, first initial thought, and then I stopped myself and I said, "Wait a minute, that's messed up."
Oh, if she starts hiding potato chips and like eating in here, I'm gonna just. It's gonna be the greatest.
Because
thing
it'd be
ever.
one of those things where you come in and go, "This is not for the radio.
Just like,
This is not for on air." Don't say I'm sharing my breakfast with you.
Yeah.
So when is his birthday?
February 5th.
Okay, so that'd be the rest of February, March, and about half of April would take it. Would make 75 hard.
Yeah.
75 days with no cheat meal.
no Valentine's Day lava cake
Yeah,
at a nice restaurant.
Nothing.
that means through our spring break, I believe, right around you.
Oh, and
you
no
would end-
drinking.
Yeah,
No
and
drinking.
no drinking.
Well, that was already going to be I'm okay with that. That was the plan, anyways.
Ooh.
What about anything else? What about nothing else?
Nah, I'm not doing that.
No calories in smoke.
Yeah. But the drinking was something that I already was like, I had told him beforehand. I'm like, oh, that's nothing. I'd rather not drink and eat whatever food I want than the other way around.
Yeah, that's good. That you're not an alcoholic. It's a big whoop.
It's funny that's meant to be shared. This is the Share Funny Podcast from the Ace and TJ family. You're watching the Share Funny Podcast live on YouTube. We'll be back in 3 minutes.
Whether you are buying or selling a home, Chambers & Associates Realty team is here to help. Because this is what they do. They are experts, they are experienced, and they know what you need to get through this process easily. Again, whether you're buying or selling, call them 704-439-6232, 704-439-6232, or visit them online at lkncharlottehomes.com. That's lkncharlottehomes.com.
If you have a business and you want to take your advertisements to the next level, then you need to be using Ace TJ Media. You want the most creative content for digital, video, and audio? It's all at Ace TJ Media. Go to acetjmedia.com.
Who is advertising with the Ace and TJ Show?
Here at Sweet Dreams, we love to kick back and listen to our favorite podcast, TJ and Jody's House, and hear them mention all the time the awesome furniture they got from us at Sweet Dreams. And just today, we actually had a customer come and buy a whole house full of furniture because they heard us on TJ and Jody's House.
The Ace and TJ Show is radio, podcasts, video, social media, streaming, live appearances, and more. Get your company on before it's too late. Ace TJ at acetj.com or acetjmedia.com.
Welcome back to the Share Funny Podcast on Ace TJ TV. Share Funny is a production of the Ace and TJ family. For more, download the Ace and TJ app in your app store. Now, more of the Share Funny Podcast.
So funny. Oof. Well, at least now, Alexis, you got somebody to keep you on track.
Doesn't sound like it.
Well, I'm gonna try. No,
he's gonna. Yeah, she'll be doing right.
Because
for a few
usually,
days.
the things that create success, the biggest indicator of success, is the desire to be involved in the program. And it doesn't sound like you have any desire to be involved in this program.
Not the whole thing, but I'm gonna try because I know that it's the best thing.
It sounds like an episode of Intervention. You want to read her a letter?
Yeah. It's about your passion to begin the program.
I miss the old Alexis when you were small and not dangerously, morbidly obese. If you do not accept this gift today, you will no longer be my sister.
Let's go.
I like you better when you're not on the toilet.
I cannot continue to watch you deteriorate.
I love it. She can't get on board with the program. The program is him cooking all of her food and giving it to her.
Yeah.
It is so insane. The program could not be any easier.
Right,
I'm going to give you everything.
I'm sure it'll have timestamps on it too. Like, eat this at 7, eat this at noon.
And no working out.
When I said to work out.
Yeah, that was her first stipulation.
I'm not
Ace.
working out.
Well, I can't do the workouts. That's it.
That's one thing I'm certain of. I'm
It's
not
every
working out.
single
She'll
day,
work out, though, but on
twice.
her terms.
Yeah.
Yeah, like and we've been working out. We're going almost like 2-3 times a week, and he's been going with me, and I've been sticking to that. When he's like, "All right, we're going to work out," and I say, "Yes." I don't even fight anymore. I'm not even like, "Oh, maybe we should do it tomorrow." I'm not. I'm like, "All right, let's do it," because I was. So
But 3 times a week is not enough.
it's enough.
How you gonna tell her what ain't enough for her?
Evidently, it's not. Now that he's recommending 75 hard.
Yeah.
You know, this is a bigger job than I thought it was going to be.
I want to double that.
We're going to have to really get into this.
I'm trying to take baby steps here.
Yeah.
They make a 75. They make a 150 like soft like baby shit program.
Exactly. Like, come
you
on,
get
be
your-
reasonable.
You get her exercise by like waving at and kicking at a mobile over her bed. You need a VR headset for games.
I like that.
So you're up there doing that'll be the exercise you get.
Yeah.
He's waving it around.
When he catches her eating something for the first time,
I'm not gonna do it.
she's gonna have chocolate on her face. What are you doing?
Somebody pointed out that would be
I'm eating a salad.
I swear it's not chocolate.
It's supposed to make vinaigrette dressing.
He's gonna walk in and there's gonna be like that open container laying there that looks like she's eating it, and he'll find the been dumped in the trash.
I'm horrible, y'all. I was
Yeah.
even already thinking like, oh, I can just go downstairs to like the trash chute downstairs and throw my trash out. Like
Yeah.
I'm like thinking like that. That's horrible.
Like eat it in the car and then walk over and just throw it in the trash chute.
Yeah, or if I eat it in my house, taking the trash out right away instead of waiting for valet to come pick it up, like me taking it downstairs. And I never take the trash down.
He's gonna come in and that cat's gonna have I can't believe it's not butter spray all over her mouth.
What's going on in here?
But Alexis, something is going to happen that you've been wanting to happen for a long, long time. But it's not going to be the same as you wanted it since you have a guy now.
What?
So we have that appearance in Green. You're going to that?
Yeah.
In Greenville, North Carolina this weekend?
Go.
Well, you'll get to meet my friend Mark.
Mark.
Mm-hmm. But you got a guy now.
I mean, I could still be nice and friendly and laugh with him. Because he's older, so it doesn't really count.
What, if you flirting with him because he's older?
Yeah.
I don't understand how your brain works.
Well, I do. I know how her brain works. She wants to be friendly up with him and everything, friendly enough to where she can contact him and go, "You using your mountain house this weekend?
Yeah.
Are you using the beach house this weekend?"
Because I got to find a place to eat these Twinkies.
Yeah, I gotta get away.
Yep.
Just some me time. me and a box of Little Debbie's.
I got a trunk full of Little Debbie's, and I got to eat them bitches this weekend.
Oh. Yeah.
She be telling her boy, "We got to work. I got a work thing."
Yep. Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead and pack up my meals in the cooler. I'll take those.
Mm-hmm.
He's flinging them out in the highway.
Bye bye, boring chicken breast. Hello, ribs.
Hello,
right down the road.
Big old ass order
Big
of
back
fried chicken
Ballast
skins.
Yeah. holding that package out the window, just letting that damn salad with balsamic vinaigrette just blow all over the road.
Let's be like, "Hey, what are you doing? Nothing. What are you eating? Cracklins?
Mm-hmm.
Cracklins?
Yeah, he was like, "We're gonna eat dried fruit and granola balls or whatever." I'm like, ew,
Granola balls.
I don't
She
like
didn't even know what it
that.
is. Sounds something called granola
Fried
balls.
fruit, fried fruit and granola balls.
He said something about granola balls. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't think it sounds delicious.
Well, it's not. But I mean, that's.
But what's the point of living life if you're not going to eat delicious food? I just don't understand that.
But you haven't even tried how he's going to prepare the food. The man is a professional cook.
That's why I will try it.
He can make a. I'm sure he can make a regular healthy chicken breast taste good. Now, I don't know. I don't know how you can cook a chicken breast in a healthy way that I would think it tastes good. Because I don't like white meat.
Yeah, you threw away. I'm sorry.
I had to cover it in some sort of cheese and sauce and stuff like that to make a chicken breast, taste good to me. But I've eaten my share of them back before I got to be a fatas. I would eat. I mean, chicken breast like several a day. Do the whole clean. I got so sick of eating, and I would get to the point where I wouldn't even chew it. I just kind of like
see. Why do I want to live that life?
But at that time, the results of that outweighed the fact that it didn't taste good or that it was a chore to eat. That's when eating becomes a chore. You're like, I'd rather just not eat anything than go eat this shit. But then you do it. It's because whatever's coming on the other side of that you think is worth it.
Yeah.
You are not in that place.
Yeah, you are
at
not.
the moment. And I think though, if you really were fat, you would.
Yeah.
But when people who have never experienced any kind of overweight stuff, and like my little friend Jenny, can eat any big. Any of those, fat guys walking around the fair, she can out-eat them at any time and never gain a pound. And it's not just because she works out 2 or 3 times a day. It's not just that. It's just, anybody that eats the kind of stuff that she eats and as much of it would gain weight no matter how much they're working out. But it's just in the way she metabolizes things. So she doesn't understand. Like if we're all out having fun and somebody's trying to lose weight or whatever, she go, it's just one beer. Drink. It's a beer. That's not no calories in it. She's pushed because she's never had to watch what she's eating. Well, so if you really were as fat as he thinks you are,
yeah,
then you would be looking at it in a different way.
Because it's hard to do something like that when one of the goals is to change your appearance, when you already think you look great.
Well, no, I definitely want to tone up, and that's why I work out and stuff, but I know that I need to be a little bit more disciplined, and this is like the hardest thing for me. I can be disciplined in so many other areas of my life. This is the hardest one.
Okay, well, let's look at the rules. 75 hard rules. If you skip a day, you must start over. If you miss a task, you start over at day
doing
1.
75 hard every day.
Yeah,
right. So she never makes it to day 2.
I slipped up.
I'll be like, I'm just always going to be doing it.
Pick a diet to follow with no alcohol or cheat meals. We've already covered that one. Drink a gallon of water a day.
I do that already.
A whole gallon?
I'm pretty sure I do.
Okay.
Because I do, this is a half a gallon, and I do like pretty much 2 of these.
Okay. Complete 2 daily workouts. You've already said you're not doing that.
No.
Read 10 pages per day of a nonfiction book.
Oh, I already do that.
Nonfiction.
She's a big reader.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just a big reader.
She's a big everything according to her boyfriend.
Big reader, big person. Big slider.
Big hoodie wearer.
Yeah. She's literally a big reader.
Big driver.
Share funny from the Ace and TJ family. More next. You're watching the Share Funny podcast live on YouTube. We'll be back in 3 minutes.
Whether you are buying or selling a home, Chambers & Associates Realty team is here to help. Because this is what they do. They are experts, they are experienced, and they know what you need to get through this process easily. Again, whether you're buying or selling, call them 704-439-6232, 704-439-6232, or visit them online at lkncharlottehomes.com. That's lkncharlottehomes.com.
If you have a business and you want to take your advertisements to the next level, then you need to be using Ace TJ Media. You want the most creative content for digital, video, and audio? It's all at Ace TJ Media. Go to acetjmedia.com.
Who is advertising with the Ace and TJ Show?
Here at Sweet Dreams, we love to kick back and listen to our favorite podcast, TJ and Jody's House, and hear them mention all the time the awesome furniture they got from us at Sweet Dreams. And just today, we actually had a customer come and buy a whole house full of furniture because they heard us on TJ and Jody's House.
The Ace and TJ Show is radio, podcasts, video, social media, streaming, live appearances, and more. Get your company on before it's too late. Ace TJ at acetj.com or acetjmedia.com.
Welcome back to the Share Funny Podcast on Ace TJ TV. Hey, it's funny you'll share. The Ace and TJ family presents the Share Funny Podcast from the Ace and TJ Show.
Why can't you eat chicken thighs?
Well, I said grilled chicken
Why can't you
thighs.
eat grilled chicken? Grilled chicken thighs are better for you than fried, obviously, or in some sort of a sauce. But they're fattier and all than breast meat. I mean, it's a better choice, but not as good of a choice if you're really serious.
Well, that's what I'm gonna say.
But at least you know. I'm telling you, just let him do his thing to the chicken breast and see if how it tastes.
I'm gonna be like, listen, I could eat chicken thighs, grilled, or 2 cheeseburgers. You pick.
Ace, you know what I think she's gonna be like? I think she's gonna be like a little kid when you're trying to talk them into tasting something that they've already made their minds up they're not gonna like.
Yeah.
I just picture her sitting up in a high chair with a bib on, and he's going, "Well, at least try it. Just try it." And she's making a face before it even gets to her mouth. And my daughter used to do that, and before it even got into her mouth, whatever it was, she'd start gagging, and she'd be like, "Don't you dare throw up!" My God, it didn't even make it to your mouth yet. It was so dramatic. It was such a scene. That's what I picture it being like. He's gonna be like, "Just let me cut it up for you, and just try it one bite," and then she starts chewing it, and then has to spit it out, crying.
Ew.
Will it help if he pretends the spoon's an airplane?
But now that she's an adult, he's going to get he'll be frustrated quickly and easily with that because he's putting forth the effort. Ooh, and that's where an argument ensues.
I don't see this relationship lasting much longer. Why'd y'all break up? White meat chicken.
Chicken breast.
Because he tried to make me eat white meat chicken. Who's gonna stand for that?
Exactly.
I was being abused.
Mm-hmm. Emotionally
This is
and
abusive.
mentally abusive.
It's abusive.
This is abusive. That's what you will say. It was abusive. I was in an abusive relationship. Oh, what happened? He tried to give me chicken breasts every day. He would pack it up in nice Tupperware and give it to me. Can you believe that? Can you believe that?
Can you believe it? Who wants to live their life like that?
So protein, like how much protein you got a day.
Well, no, it just,
like you just eat a clean diet of some kind.
That's left to you. It says pick a diet to follow with no alcohol or cheat meals. So the diet you select is up to you to which one. So if you want to do keto, if you want to do just a regular high protein, if you want to that kind of thing, it's all up to you. It just says with no alcohol or cheat meals. But you could then construct a diet that allows you to have some things in there.
Oh, like a loophole?
No. Like a plan.
Did you say
Loophole?
Yeah.
Tell me more about this.
Just,
may not have said loophole, but that's what I heard.
I do think that making you read something is dumb shit to go with a diet. Read 10 pages a day.
Well, supposedly it's about more than the diet, though. It's about transforming your life.
Right.
I'm like, I've been transforming my life already.
Making you a better person in a variety of different ways. Mental toughness, knowledge,
Well,
blah, blah,
I'd
blah.
have to find something to substitute for the reading bullshit. Something that actually had something to do with what was at hand about me looking better. Because I don't care about the other stuff. And that's what I used to say whenever I was into working out and nutrition and all. They go, well, this is not healthy. Well, I don't give a damn. Whether it's healthy or not. I'm young. I just want to. How's it going? I'm in it for the cosmetics. That's what I was saying. I'm in it for the cosmetics. That's why I'm taking those pick-me-up things that truck drivers buy at the convenience store, like those stackers and mini thins and what was that bullshit that Kim Kardashian used to promote, the fat burner thing that she would take as one of her first endorsements?
I don't know.
Anyway, I didn't care. I'd take all of that.
Sure, yeah.
Bother me.
Mainline it.
Mm-hmm.
He's on my 8 yellow jackets right now.
Hell yeah.
Buzz,
Horny
buzz.
goat weed. If they sell it on the counter at the convenience store, I'm taking it.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
No dose, Vivarin, all that.
You're looking vascular, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Popping niacin and horny goat weed. Ginseng. Don't you mess with my sang. That's what you need to do. Just get on some supplements.
Yeah, where's all that?
But usually potheads are skinny, right? They're either skinny or really fat. Potheads.
Yeah, exactly.
She's not skinny.
And I'm not skinny, so what you trying to say, you jerk?
Just kidding. No, I don't know. I've never seen any correlation between potheads and weight.
Really?
No.
Yeah, I've seen
Crackheads.
all over the place. Yeah, crackhead. Now
Crackheads are
that,
thin.
they have a very good diet.
Yeah, cokeheads are thin, but potheads are everybody.
I always just picture the ones working in those smoke shops and stuff. They're always a little scrawny.
Yeah.
Pies are always eating, though, because you always have the munchies.
Yeah. That would make sense that they would all be fat. Then all of y'all would be fat.
Yeah, so if you get the munchies and he's like, well, we got some
know.
refrigerated like chicken breast and broccoli.
That's why
That's not going to cut it.
there's no reason for me to even, like, smoke or anything, because I'm going to set myself up for failure.
Yeah.
Because you give yourself an excuse. If you're high, I'm going to find an excuse.
Yeah,
You could if you planned ahead though, and just chopped up your like boiled chicken breast or whatever, so that way when you got the
Ew.
munchies, you just sit out and just eat it out of a little bowl.
Snacking boiled
Yeah.
chicken breast.
Or, you just got the munchies, and I don't think anything would curb that craving more than 2 boiled eggs and a fourth cup of cottage cheese.
Maybe you just chop up a cucumber in advance, and so when you get the munchies, you just sit there and eat some cucumbers.
I can do the cucumbers.
Some cukes.
You love kale
I like
so much.
fruit. I love fruit, so I'll just eat a bunch of fruit.
Yeah.
That's a lot of sugar.
Depends on what
Can't
you
even
do.
have fruit. Kale
Depends
and
on what kind of diet it is.
Kale and chicken, that's all I can eat.
Because a lot of those type of diets, fruit is a carb. It counts as one of your carbs that you're allowed at a meal and stuff like that.
He's going to come in from work. He's like, did you read today? She's about, bitch, shut up.
Yeah, I read a cookbook.
I'm about to read
what I
all of
read.
I'm about to read your ass up and down.
Yeah, I feel like I'm going to be so grumpy.
Shut up.
I read 10 pages of how to whoop your ass.
Right?
Just
Stupid.
get out.
Get out. Leave.
Read today.
Alexis, did you have a fizzy drink while I was gone?
You know, it would be funny, not good, but if she does like really good for 2 weeks and then just like has a actual like breakdown and goes off the rails, and it's like donuts and pork rinds and like really go off the rails.
That's what happens to a lot of people.
Because I'm gonna dream about it. I already know it. I'm gonna dream about it.
Why don't you just try it to see how well you do?
No, I will try it, but I will be dreaming about food every single night.
When I did that, one time I did 6 weeks of no sodium, so all I had was boiled chicken with no salt, either boiled red potatoes with no salt or whole grain pasta with no salt, salads with lemon juice and olive oil. That's what I ate 6 times a day, that combination.
Pull the plug.
And let me tell you what was most impressive to me about that is we went to a radio convention, about 3-4 weeks into you doing that? Yeah. And TJ took all of his meals with him. So we go to this radio convention. Everybody's hanging out, drinking beer and having a good time and all that. And here he is. I got to go eat. He would go up to his room and fix his microwave plate and eat it and then come back down.
And how happy were you in life at that point?
I was pretty happy.
You were?
Yeah, because I looked good. Yeah. But it was in San Antonio, too, is where we were.
With all the good Mexican food. And Mexican, some of your favorite. See, I
my
love
absolute
that
favorite.
We hit a Mexican restaurant at Riverwalk one night. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Oh.
The only thing that saved me during all of that was because you got to treat yourself. The guy that was working with me on that whole thing said that you can have a vodka soda drink with lime. You can drink those, not beer or anything.
Like one only, though?
No, just
okay.
That could be, if I went out, I could have a few of them.
Yeah.
Instead of beer.
But only one night a week, right? Or was that pretty regular? You could do it pretty regular.
Yeah.
But then when you like got tipsy or whatever, didn't you start thinking about food?
Well, that's what I was going to say in the beginning. I didn't have to be tipsy at all. I mean, I could be driving home from work, and if there was a food billboard, the burger would come sit right beside me in the truck.
Yeah.
I'd start, fantasizing about eating. And then work, but still working for that. This is when I'm going to do it. And going 6 weeks without treating yourself is a lot for me, especially with all the other programs I'd been on.
So 6
and
weeks.
I felt like shit though. Yeah. I looked good, but I felt like physically I felt draggy and kind of nauseated a lot.
Oh, and I already feel nauseated.
But emotionally, I felt great.
Yeah,
and that's
okay.
That's all that matters.
And we got to that cruise trip or whatever, that resort, and TJ looked really good.
Yeah, for a day. And when I started eating pizza again,
that's not true. You look good for more than a day.
I went from looking like that to eating a couple of slices of pizza, looking like I do now. That's how the transformation went.
Hey, miss any part of Share Funny? Subscribe to the podcast on all major podcast platforms. More Share Funny coming up. You're watching the Share Funny podcast live on YouTube. We'll be back in 3 minutes.
Whether you are buying or selling a home, Chambers & Associates Realty team is here to help. Because this is what they do. They are experts, they are experienced, and they know what you need to get through this process easily. Again, whether you're buying or selling, call them 704-439-6232, 704-439-6232, or visit them online at lkncharlottehomes.com. That's lkncharlottehomes.com.
If you have a business and you want to take your advertisements to the next level, then you need to be using Ace TJ Media. You want the most creative content for digital, video, and audio? It's all at Ace TJ Media. Go to acetjmedia.com.
Who is advertising with the Ace and TJ Show?
Here at Sweet Dreams, we love to kick back and listen to our favorite podcast, TJ and Jody's House, and hear them mention all the time the awesome furniture they got from us at Sweet Dreams. And just today, we actually had a customer come and buy a whole house full of furniture because they heard us on TJ and Jody's House.
The Ace and TJ Show is radio, podcasts, video, social media, streaming, live appearances, and more. Get your company on before it's too late. Ace TJ at acetj.com or acetjmedia.com.
Welcome back to the You're watching the Share Funny has its own Facebook group. To join, search Share Funny and get more. Now more Share Funny from the Ace and TJ family.
Today's National Thesaurus Day. I use the thesaurus, the online thesaurus, pretty good bit. I like finding other words for common words. But a lot of times the thesaurus is better than the dictionary, because when you get synonyms, you're also getting a definition.
Does it have definitions in there too?
Well, the synonym is the definition. Like if you know what the common word means, and you look up, say I want another word for love, so I put that in the thesaurus, and then the words that it gives you would tell you if you didn't know what love was and what it means, if you knew the other words.
Thesaurus.
Yeah, it's my favorite dinosaur.
I like that.
Can you imagine kids walking around now with a thesaurus, a big old ass?
Okay,
nerd. Get the little tabs on it for the indentions where the letters are.
We had one. My mom got it for free from Winn-Dixie.
Yeah, with the shopping parents.
Mm-hmm.
What's another word for thesaurus? Do they make the thesaurus in Spanish? Like where they would give you Spanish synonyms?
Yeah.
They do?
I'm sure. I just don't know what it's called. Tesorosos.
Pancaques.
Tesorosos.
See? Rob, what's the Spanish word for thesaurus?
One smart ass.
Yeah, huh? Tell us now.
I don't know. It didn't come up.
Maybe we don't got one.
Maybe not.
Maybe not. We're like, we have a dictionary.
You never thought of a Spanish dictionary?
Well, of course, there's Spanish dictionary. You need one when you learn Spanish.
Yeah, I guess.
Didn't you take Spanish in school?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're picturing kids in Spanish-speaking countries sitting down taking a vocabulary test.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, exactly.
Because to you, it's hard enough to learn that language than to have to be able to write out definitions for it, too.
Exactly.
Diccionario. I know that's a word, so it has to exist.
Yeah.
I always picture all of the kids and like the little kids in school in Spanish speaking countries having to take their tests really fast because they speak so fast. Spanish is such a fast moving language that they would still they'd have to read the same way.
Do you think it just sounds fast because you don't know it?
No, because like somebody speaking French, it doesn't sound as fast as Spanish. The Spanish sounds like like it's coming at you hard.
It's tesauro, by the way.
I was close.
That is the what?
Tesauro.
Tesauro.
For what is
Thesaurus.
Thesaurus.
Tesauro.
I was close.
What did you say?
Thesaurus.
Thesaurus. He had damn thesaurus of the liver. I ain't gonna make it. My son, I told everybody this off the air earlier, but my son just started a new semester at his college. And he has to take a foreign language, and that fool picked Japanese.
Man, that's just like, what?
Everybody's like, son, are you sure that you want to take Japanese? Because evidently he and my daughter both suck at Spanish. Because I think they each took a Spanish class, and then after that they the advisors in high school and all kind of pushed them toward Latin. Take Latin; it's an easier one to learn. But yeah, they're scared of Spanish, I guess, and so he picked Japanese. Now,
wow, but what a hard left though.
I know, but
it was really difficult.
He goes to a small college in the mountains of North Carolina. So where are they getting a good Japanese teacher? They going down to the Shogun and saying, "Hey, anybody want to teach school?"
I can do it.
I'm anxious to find out what his teacher's nationality is.
Anybody want to teach school?
Show of hands or spatulas. Who wants to be a school teacher?
Show of spatulas here. Yeah, it can't be it's got to be a white person.
Yeah, I mean, you would think. Because I don't picture, that many Japanese people setting up shop in the mountains of North Carolina, small town mountains.
You really did corner the market, though, if you are.
Yeah.
I'm the Japanese teacher at the college. I'm the Japanese expert at city council.
Maybe that's what he's going for. Maybe he'll learn Japanese and say, you know what, I can take this and go most anywhere I want around here and teach Japanese.
No.
You don't think that's it?
No, he's not going to be a part of a Marxist indoctrination set up at a college or anything. Yeah, and that's another thing I'm wondering, how can they work so much Marxism into a class where they're teaching you to speak Japanese? They'll figure out a way.
Sure.
They always figure out a way. Those are the types of classes where they slip in the most Marxism when you're least expecting it, like word problems in math.
Yeah.
In high schools and stuff, if you take some of your kids' math problems and look at their word problems,
yeah, that's true.
They're all about somebody killing the environment. If Susie's mom drives an SUV that puts out this many pounds of carbon dioxide a year, how many people will it kill? Things like that. But anyway, I think that's going to be a drop ad class for him before long.
Maybe.
Somebody said, boy taking Japanese so he can watch anime without having to read. That's one of the reasons why I think he thinks he can learn Japanese, is because he watches a lot of that anime.
Yeah.
And again, that's when I need to take his little ass on Maury and find out who his daddy is. He's going to sit and watch all these Japanese shows with subtitles on them, like seasons and seasons of these anime detective shows and shit. Like, oh my God.
The Japanese girls that are on the internet, just so hot. I get it.
The mukbang girls and stuff.
Some do that, but a lot of them just do streaming.
Yeah,
and they do a variety of things. Sometimes they play games and stuff, but they'll have you wanting to learn Japanese in about 4 seconds. You're like, good God, yeah.
The Share Funny Podcast is a production of the Ace and TJ family. To get more Ace and TJ 24/7, download the Ace and TJ app. Just search for Ace and TJ in your app store.
Thanks for watching the Ace and TJ Show on Ace TJ TV. All material copyright ATJ Incorporated, a JTV